Now, if we could get an ult, I'd be very...
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for.
Get to work!
Again, especially here, because a tighter or a narrower map.
On cooldown.
And especially with the way they're playing, you gotta anticipate someone who's following up. Yeah.
And it's the first time.
Oh,
Hold on.
might swing it back.
TCK could have
He's
the ult.
swinging it back.
TCK has the ult. Observers, please. It's the other one. I'm being baited. I just want to see the ult. I mean, maybe we could see it in effect against them here. My Sand.
You can see they actually they use the impulse there to flush her out of the smoke. So it's really about the size of the smoke.
Right?
Yes. So really it forced the peak there in that engagement, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I guess you get a little bit of area denial with it too. Like you can actually, well, I can't wait till the pros get even a try. Even if it doesn't get into like meta rotation, even just seeing them figure out new ways to clear stuff.
It's a controller that kind of ticks a lot of boxes that kind of Astro does in terms of utility and being able to set kills up, but certainly more what you're saying in terms of deathballing and working directly with another agent, potentially be a duelist or a sentinel. I'm actually really intrigued to see how it would work in some of the more traditional maps.
Yeah.
Obviously here, shining because it's fast-paced, everybody's going forwards.
TCK, I believe in you. I think you're going to get us the ult online. I firmly believe. I might be delusional at this point, but I think I'll live by those delusions. But again, speaking of the ult though, it's the first time we're seeing something that shape as well, right? What was the idea behind changing that around in your mind?
So for us, we actually found that because the way Mix plays, like game to game, is you're often like, all right, the barrier drops, I'm smoking, I'm stimming you, I'm gonna like, maybe I have a lineup for a concuss, or like I'm throwing a concuss onto the site. You're often the last person in, or one of the last players going in, because you just have a lot of stuff to do to support your team. And we were just like, with like a traditional shape, we found that you just often would be hitting your teammates.
Sure.
So having that cone
अभी
shape
stream
lets you line
perfect
it
है
up so they
अब
can
पिछले
kind
वाला
of
तो
Oh, that's great.
थोड़ा बीटी हो गया था अभी मास्टर्स का शो मैच चल रहा है देखो न्यू एजेंट का शो मैच हो रहा है तो प्रोज एंड स्ट्रीमर मिलके दिखा रहे हैं स्टेज में
How it kind of marries up versus like a Nightfall or a Rolling Thunder. Is it the same sort of area?
Yeah.
At the very end of it.
Yeah, like it's kind of hard. I don't know how to do some math about cone to rectilinear shape area coverage. I don't think I have that equation off the top of my head. But I would say that, like, yeah, you would expect it to be like pretty similar, right, in terms of like the site coverage. If people are playing back on the site, it's definitely going to be wider back there than, of course, close to you. So something to consider when, like, how you cast the ability. So something to consider when, like, how you cast the ability.
I think are we on map point here? We are for one team.
For one of the two teams, they are winning.
TCK's team.
सेटअप देख और स्टेज देखो और क्राउड देखो कितना
So obviously the scoreboard at the top here it's the round score up to 4, right?
Yes, exactly. Goes to 4.
I don't think likes that.
मैंने को पता नहीं है नए एजेंट का कैसा क्या एबिलिटी है देखते हैं
Down to the last two. I mean, you'll be able to get any teammates back at this point. Megan joining in, that's going to sting.
That closed out. Pretty clean last round there. And actually, I just spotted as well at the top to come back to the respawn timer. You have the indication the whole time through at the top of how long the respawn's going to take. Is that right in terms of the waves?
Yes, exactly.
hello.
Just to confirm, we are going map 3. The crowd is... Yes,
welcome to the stream.
Yeah, we need a take.
But no, we are going to go all the distance, so we get to see the full potential of everything.
मेजा तेरे लिए है भाई थोड़ा स्टेज और लोग देख कैसे हैं कुछ गाने का कॉपीराइट पड़ सकता है इसीलिए म्यूट कर देना पड़ता है ये सब नीचे प्लेयर का नाम दिख रहा है मेरा फेवरेट टीम है for second in Beijing something ये सब लोग हैं
I think I can actually translate what was said there. I got a kill.
Yep.
I'm loving it.
Yep.
Look, let's go.
That one's for PRX.
Put it in the bank.
They're gonna need them
later.
today. That's
You
for
think
sure.
you? Oh, you alluding that they are not coming in?
No
as the-
spoilers.
Okay.
No spoilers.
Okay. But we are going to go back through into this and kind of get to see once again if we may be treated through this. And actually, I didn't actually catch that for a second. Buy-wise, do you start in like pistols and then scale up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's kind of like round by round progression in weapons.
Yeah, there's
डीजे लेके आया भाई डीजे सिस्टम लेके आया
like light rifles and like rifles.
Oh yeah, there it is.
स्टेज पे डीजे वाला सेटअप लेके आया
There's some TCK can keep us on board here. I'm praying for ults. And again,
Yes,
maybe
smoking.
I don't want to say less aggression, but kind of like aggression, and there's set up on the neon.
स्मोकर है लग रहा है
Quite get a fight yet on it.
I can't get out. The smokes look probably the coolest of any controller. I'm going to be honest, yeah.
Aesthetically speaking, I'm happy.
And then actually, first time we've seen as well, actually the indication kind of the wall moving up. We saw it previously on the minimap, but see it there, the barrier moving.
Yeah.
And they're just ult orbs, essentially, right? Or on the ground to be able to move the wall up, right?
Yeah, so when you pick them up, the reward is 1 ult pip, and then you also regen your
Oh,
HP.
oh, you get a regen as well.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so it's actually quite an encouraged
But
aspect.
actually, Mix just is insane for this game mode in general. In terms
Yeah.
of like the snowball and the regen.
That would be huge. All right, TCK. 3 more kills and I would have been happy, but there we are. First round picked up. All good.
So just because we touched on it there, we come to the second round now, and we go to SMGs.
Yes.
Is it kind of hard locked there, or?
There are a number of different weapon options other than SMGs too. I think it's Stinger, Bucky, Sheriff.
Okay.
I wanna make sure I have that right. But
ये सासे 3 टाइम जीत चुका है भाई चैंपियंस
Cassie, I haven't been back on the stage.
I think they're doing an homage to Boaster.
Oh, okay.
That was actually his dance originally.
Okay.
I've heard.
I think Cassie.
न्यू एजेंट का नाम है मिक्स
Have to go back.
Okay. Love we're taking off headsets.
Yeah.
Big
It's the tech force.
fan.
It's the
There's
tech force coming.
force I
It was
wanted.
inevitable, right?
Brilliant. Play without headphones. All right. Back into the action.
You can
Mix well.
heal here
Free
too.
go around.
You're actually
Oh,
able
there
to
it is,
heal
it's
through the wall. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
There's gonna be some
you don't
ratty
need-
spots.
You don't need LOS on the actual util. It's within the still within the RE.
Yeah, that's correct. So it's actually pretty useful too when people are on the other side of a box and you can't quite reach them. You can kind of throw it right there, and it'll still wrap around. And even just through the wall and be able to heal them.
And is it visual for the opponents too? Could
You
you
can
see
see
the effect?
everyone can see the zone, but it's really only the impulse object itself that is the shootable part.
Right,
so you do need LOS to that or to pen it or something.
भाई स्टिंगर भी वेंडो जैसे मारते हैं भाई
Slowed us
ऐसे
down
पता नहीं
and you died.
Well, looks like maybe Sheriff's are the play for that then.
Yeah.
A couple of people running down with stingers and Mixwell to clean up.
Yeah, there's always a couple maniacs on the team, right? You just buy the stinger and send it. It's just kind of the way it is.
I can't believe you've called me out.
And again, I think I just spotted there. Now we go to Bulldogs, Guardians, and I think a Spectre. So it is kind of like within the categories of like 1600 to, well, 2.2 basically in the buy and the third one.
yeah, it matches like the loadout value in terms of like how the categories are set up.
Okay. Operators possible?
Not in this one. No.
Good.
I mean, we're one away from home.
I mean, the mode's supposed to be for fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Someone tell the players that. Someone let them know.
Yeah, we got a...
Okay, we can get to see.
That's a stun. That's a stun. Not sure
Input
best
error.
work.
Input error on that. And is it just like a right click to change it over?
Yeah, you can right-click to toggle it, and it's very snappy. So it doesn't really add any...
और लैंडमाइन की तरफ बाद में फूटता है
So you got, come on. One more kill, so then we get the ult.
I just want to
Happiness.
be on now. Assassin's farming.
Fuzzie's removing the ability for me to see the ult.
Of course.
About to get another ISO.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, punishment, 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 punishment.
shot a knife.
Knife. Let's start please.
Oh!
It was so close to finding happiness. It is kind of fun though seeing this back and forth because I keep thinking, okay, round's done, and then the mechanics of like the res is coming back in, and it feels like there's such like a momentum swing at times in this too.
Right, yeah, teams swinging it back, and the fact that they're so bloodthirsty, sometimes they're just not pushing in together to get that last person. The ego peaks.
Yeah.
भाई यार क्या बोल भाई देख थोड़ा गेम देख ले भाई.
Again, I'm still trying to make note here of obviously the UI elements. Obviously behind
लोग देख कितने हैं पीछे.
above the ammo, and then you were noting as well the assist marker and
तुम्हारा गांव में तो होता है ना भाई. ओपेरा में भी इतना लोग नहीं जाते होंगे.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So your team, if somebody crosses the line, sees the enemy behind the
देख के
line.
जा.
If you are someone who crosses the line, then there'll be a debuff marker on the bottom left in the traditional.
Oh, shot भाई.
Ultimate. Oh.
Yes.
There we go. I don't think we're going to see too much. Actually, they did.
Yeah.
They actually did.
Yes, you did.
That's perfect.
Yes.
And there's the assist banner on the bottom that actually shows like what ability.
Gospel भी कर रहा है भाई.
Really, even though you didn't like necessarily see it happen, it's like you kind of get all the glory in the end, and you see that your impact was felt there.
Oh, pro player कुछ तो कर ले.
Hard to gauge with this mini-map, but the range is that.
हाँ भाई मैं तो noob ही हूँ.
The back end of the Rolling Thunder of the Nightfall, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
This
So
could
in terms of a
combine
sight
really
aspect,
nicely.
it's going to provide the same coverage.
तो खेलते हैं वो बोलेगा तो चलेगा भाई. तुम तो कुछ भी नहीं पता है भाई.
Okay.
They're back to business. And just
clutch
do that,
last
I guess. Yeah, got to do it again.
देख के जा मैं खेल रहा हूँ देख कैसे मार रहे हैं.
Oh my god,
That
what
was clean.
That tracking was
That's
nuts.
insane.
And when you res, do you res back in your spawn or where you died?
Yeah, back in the spawn room.
Back in the spawn room, okay.
हाँ तो
And the spawn room never
तेरे लिए
changes
छोटा मोटा है ना भाई.
Oh
the
dear.
attack line, right?
Yeah,
सही बात सही बात.
Yeah, stay the same.
And again, we were down to one player just a moment ago. We're back at a 3v3.
Yep,
It's
yep.
so crazy.
Swung it
It's
back,
like
exactly.
swings and roundabouts.
आप तो बड़ा गेम खेल रहे हो.
And you can see this is like pretty indicative of this mode, right? Too. We're now
और
actually
फ्री
kind of
फायर
slowed
खेलते
down
हो
a
कि
little
नहीं
bit.
भाई?
There's a little more tension to it.
It's kind of nice seeing this. Bastardo waiting. Catch. Oh my god,
Okay.
more waiting.
Waiting.
Had enough.
Waiting to strike.
Yeah, had enough of that one, Bastardo. Putting on a show for us.
अरे तीन पत्ती नहीं भाई. और फ्री फायर खेल रहे हो कि नहीं ये बताओ.
Weapons behind you as much as you want.
Yep, we're in the Vandals and Phantoms now.
Yes.
Odin.
No, Odin.
Thank you.
Playing for
Yes.
fun. Playing for fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought the mode was for fun. What?
बस हो रहा है.
For one person.
Yeah, for the person using it. Yeah.
Yeah, we call it the morale booster in our playtests.
Well, judges? Are we allowed judges in this?
Not in this one.
Again.
Yeah.
We found happiness.
Yes. I think I'm going to spend a lot of time here, actually.
You know what, I really like
I found my new home.
Huh.
खेलो भाई कुछ ना कुछ खेलो भाई.
We're up again, are we? The celebration did not go well there.
No.
No, punish.
Guess it.
Guess the
It's
pump
like,
police
nope.
just appears.
I do want
अरे
to see
खेलो
another
फिर.
couple of rounds.
I'd really
नहीं खेलते हो तो खेलो फिर.
really like it. It's okay, I agree with you. I was so ready for him to just go kill Pete as soon as I said it.
अरे क्या भी क्या.
And you can see there it's shootable, right? Able to clear out that concuss area.
This one's tense.
It's definitely slowed down a little bit. Yeah, they've realised
actually
it's
simmered
slowed
down.
down.
Yeah, they're all really trying to win now
Oh.
because it's 2-2 in the
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
game, right? So it's gotten sweatier.
Absolutely has. And
The
it's,
sound effect of the AoE
इसका
there
काम.
is so cool.
it's
We
very
could
जब तक नहीं खेलेंगे तब तक पता नहीं
Our
चलेगा.
audio designer Ryan put a lot of
ऐसा
effort in
काम
actually making
करता है
that
वो.
sound like music
Some-
and actually
somewhat
create some
like
tracks to
smoker ही है.
draw in and make it feel like there's like a
गलत
audio
ability
track that's
है.
Oh,
playing
wow,
as
okay.
the ability pulses.
oh, that's so cool.
And sorry, just the heal goes through the wall, just the stun as well.
Yeah.
Okay, starting to get a little bit more of the idea of what you could do with this. Oh, slow pan. Fine TCK. Still, was it a 3v? Oh, okay, no. Sarsi's at least bringing the numbers down to a 2v2.
इसके बाद होगा crowd engagement. वो
Well,
देखो.
yeah, because I'm like trying to keep up to date on the res is going back in, and then I guess you need to position.
इसी game में भी
for it.
नहीं
They're gonna
होता
spawn
होगा
back
ऐसा.
to, towards their spawn, so maybe you can move up a little bit. Just kind of like
कितना
it's a
crowd
cool
आता है
map
देखो.
control game. I
Yeah.
kind of like this. Oh dear.
Oh, that's nice. The stim to follow up there on the Gecko Ultimate.
Yeah, and also that stim, you can right-click it to cast it just on yourself.
Oh,
तो नया
So
मोड
like
भी
you're
है
the last
ऐसा.
one alive, it's
Sure.
not like you can't cast it.
देखो
You
देखो
just
crowd
don't
कितना
get
है.
that benefit of like killing a player and refreshing it.
Oh, that only happens if you do that towards a teammate.
Correct. Yes.
Oh,
so
okay, interesting.
much like Sage's heal is often better on the teammate.
Yes.
Very similar case here where Mix's harmonizes better on teammate.
Don't be greedy.
Heal कर रहा है क्या?
Unless it's just you,
तो boost कर
then
देगा.
do your thing. Be greedy.
Yeah.
Treat yourself.
Amounts of greed is fine, just not too much. Speaking of the aggression, it feels like there's an actual tempo to what we're seeing now, and it's a firing squad. Mixwell and Kesnet gonna have to sit this one out for a second. So you got 12 HP, but still in the fight.
Looks on the default skin, 100% clutching this. And again, the visualization here of the line moving forward.
But it's also not too
intrusive
as well. Like it's not actually obfuscating any of the vision on this. And who do we have coming back? Okay, so 2 new players of 12. One from either side has rejoined, and actually that's a bit of a problem. Look how many are standing.
अरे ये वाला just 2 दिन से ही start किया है.
I mean, they're respawning still pretty quick.
अरे कुछ ना कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा ना भाई.
To say that, 2 kills come through.
अभी ये side business कर रहा हूँ.
Like you said, it's these milestones through the round.
Exactly.
पहले वाला business तो पता नहीं लग रहा है होगा कि नहीं. डूब जाएगा कभी भी. वैसे भी 4 महीने रुके.
Let's go crazy.
Side by side कुछ करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं भाई बता.
It is as Briar intended. I think we're down to 1 for now. Suga, this is a lot of work.
Spotted.
Oh, and instantly brought down. I mean, I want to play.
अरे करना पड़ता है भाई.
You sold me.
वो तो इंग्लिश में बोल रहा मैं तो फिर भी हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ.
In terms of that chaos as well, it's like you said, it's a controller that can stick with the pack and really actually excel at pushing other players forward and getting them enabled in the fight.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of our other controllers, right, they're supportive in very different ways. They feel like they're not necessarily like right there alongside you fighting, and Mix is definitely that character where it's a lot more, you know, buddy to buddy. You know, you're fighting right there with your friends, and more social in that way, right? Because you can kind of see all the action that's happening as you play.
Yeah, I really didn't expect it to feel so in the action on that, so kind of instrumental at
Thank you.
feeling so involved in
Thank you for coming to stream. Like करके जाना भाई.
You know, with like a Sky heal or even Sage, that feels like you're right there with them. But again, game mode wise as well,
This is
kind of nuts.
Yeah, the perfect
और
demonstration.
2-3 subscriber भी बढ़ा देना भाई.
Like, you know, 3 or 4 kills come through, somebody's got to clutch up and stay alive, wait it out, and the longer it goes on, you've got to basically just sit and wait.
Yeah. You saw how the teams kind of changed their strategy by that match, right? Where it was like the ego peeking and going for that last kill without coordinating probably resulted in some swings that they didn't want to happen. So playing as a team is pretty important in this one.
If I'm not mistaken, if we are following what I know to be true, we are normally heading towards a little bit of an interview soon with down on the stage.
अभी इसके बाद start होगा असली match.
Again, when can people play Mix
Best of 5.
mode? Is it as soon as possible? Are we ready to go? Are you guys allowed to tell us?
It's next week.
Okay.
The specific days.
Yeah, so we patch on Tuesdays, so you can expect
keep an
it shortly thereafter.
Hell yeah, I can't wait. We're going to hand it over to Belina down on the stage with the Verizon post-match interview.
थोड़ा स्पेनिश भी सीख जाओ इसके साथ.
Just so much fun. Definitely, it looked so much fun. Y bueno, hablando un poquito de lo que había sido este showmatch, quería saber cómo lo pasó jugando encima de ese stage. Dijo que fue increíble y que además también jugar conjunto a sus teammates fue aún mejor. Now I want to know, yesterday you played at Lola Chile. Now today you were on that stage playing at Master Santiago. Do you have any messages for the audience? Te amo, Chile.
He is also a PRX fan.
You very much. You can go ahead and take pictures with the fans because now we're going into the winner IGL TSK. How are you feeling right now? I just want to know, what are your thoughts on that amazing agent we just saw?
The agent is really, really fun. I hope we could show all the abilities and stuff. It's a very fun Asian for you to play with your duo, with your best friend. And yeah, it was really fire.
Definitely, it was fire. Y hablando un poquito de lo que fue esa gente, también quería saber cómo lo sintió y cómo lo vio. Dijo que es muy entretenido, que le hubiera gustado tener la oportunidad para poder mostrar todas las habilidades, pero que sí, definitivamente está muy entretenido. Now we know that the crowd is really loud. How did it feel in that stage?
We definitely could feel the crowd on the stage. It was really amazing to play in front of you guys. Thank you so much, so much.
Obviamente le pregunté sobre cómo jugar con todos ustedes acá en el evento y dice que es increíble, que muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí apoyando y gritando. You're free to go. Thank you for the interview. But now I'm going to the loser side. Suga, ¿cómo estás el día de hoy? ¿Cómo fue jugar en tu región, en Latam, con toda esta gente apoyándote?
Fue un sueño hecho realidad, la verdad que me enfoqué 100% en disfrutar el momento.
Esto es algo
enorme para Latinoamérica, este público es sensacional y toda la gente que forma parte de este evento sepan que es de lo mejor que viví en mi vida. Y eso que tuve el lujo de ir a muchos eventos, este es sin duda el mejor que he vivido. Qué increíble, qué emoción. So I was talking to her, I asked her how was playing with all this amazing crowd in LATAM. So she said that it was definitely amazing. The people are crazy, the sound is good, and she was focused on just having a good time and just feeling the vibes and the energy from the whole crowd, and it was definitely amazing. Suga, ¿algo rapidito que decirle a la gente? Gracias por estar apoyando. Le quiero mandar un saludo muy grande a mis padres que me apoyaron siempre en este sueño de crear contenido de videojuegos, y a mi hermana que también me está mirando, y obvio a mi novio que estaba por ahí filmando toda mi reacción. Gracias.
Qué lindo. Muchas gracias, Suga. So she's basically sending hi to all her family that's watching here. But this is all we have for our show match. I hope you guys like Mix, because we're going to our most important match. We're going to discover who's going to be the winner of this Masters Santiago. So wait ahead.
PRX, baby. At 3-0.
We just got to see Mix and Knockout's debut, and now I'm here with Anna, head of Valorant Studios, and Leo, head of Valorant Esports. Thanks so much for joining me. How are we?
Oh, I mean, I'm great. How can you not be great? It's amazing here. So good. So good.
The atmosphere, it's quite incredible here in Santiago.
I've been shaking since I got here, honestly. I can't believe it.
Now, Anna, we just revealed Mix to, I would say, quite some fanfare from the crowd here. How are you feeling about it?
I'm really excited about Mix. You know, like agents are like the most complicated thing we make. They change the game so much every single time we put a new one into the game. We put so much thought into it, and sometimes they really land really well with players, and sometimes they don't. And I'm so excited about this one. I'm a support girly. I am never going to be top in a leaderboard, I can tell you that. And everything I love about Mix is going to allow me to play that way, to support my teammates in really special ways. And not actually have to get as many kills, because it's not me.
That team-based utility is like nothing I think we've seen before.
It's gonna be so amazing. And then he's just got like green flag energy.
Yes.
Like he's just super positive vibes, and I just like, we need a little bit of that in our space.
That's one thing I'm struck by. And sometimes Dark World of Valorant setting, it's like a beacon of hope. That was what I got in that cinematic.
Absolutely. I think we need a little bit of all of it, you know, and like represents our player base too. We got some edgelords out there, and then we got some supports, you know?
Absolutely. Now, Leo, this might have been one of the most compelling starts to a Valorant season so far.
Man.
Tell us, any news on the esports fronts? What is ahead for us?
Look, we're very excited. I think we're implementing a number of changes this year. New format for kickoff, which landed well, going to, new cities, Santiago, and then London. There's a lot in 26, but we are very excited about the future of Valorant. We've been talking about a number of changes we're going to implement in 27 and beyond. This really feels to us like the beginning of the next chapter of our sport. We've been talking about making the VCT more open, doing more events, going to more places, and having more variety in our sport. And we're going to start announcing things really soon.
I'm excited. I don't think there's ever been a better time to be a fan of VCT than right now.
Oh yeah, it's been really incredible. And again, hopefully we get to come back to cities like Santiago more, because we're going to do more events and go where fans are. So
I've been blown away personally by the reception here and just the crowd involvement. How does it feel for you guys to be here in Chile? It's my first time. I don't know about you guys, but this has been an eye-opener for me.
Yeah, I've never been to Chile before. This is incredible. Like, we knew that there was going to be demand for Val to come here, but I think it just like completely blew us away.
It really is.
Yeah,
Look,
it really
I grew up in Brazil. I'm ashamed to say this is also my first time in Chile. We expected the crowd to look. The Latin American crowd is incredible, but I think this is really, we had high expectations, but this, it's blown us away. So again, I hope we get to come back.
It's been fantastic to be able to steal you guys for a moment and get some thoughts
you.
and insights, of course. For now, though, let's learn a little bit more about Nongshim's story from Ivy in our HyperX player moment.
사실 딱히 그렇게 큰 감정을 느끼고 있진 않고요. 지금 솔직히 이 마스터즈보다 어센션이 훨씬 더 부담이 크기 때문에 반년 전만 해도 어센션에서 부담감을 많이 느끼고 있었습니다. 하지만 이제는 마스터즈 산티아고에서 매 순간을 즐기고 있습니다.
So they're still going to go, and Dumby is going to be once again handled. It's Francis. Back here, Jaw. There is an army against you, man. They're just taking a fight. It's deathmatch, and it might be the death of G2. Kent doesn't have the bullets to do it. Leaf has to save the day. He certainly is now. Decay's trying to come. He wants the spike, and he won't get it. Desperation in the end.
PRX, 아직 우리 한 번도 안 만나봤지? 누가 더 위인지 알려줄게. PRX는 아주 공격적인 팀이라고 생각합니다. 그런데 이제 저희랑 PRX가 이제 만나게 된다면 아무래도 퍼시픽에서 가장 공격성이 높은 두 팀이기 때문에 아주 피 튀기는 싸움이 되지 않을까 생각합니다. PRX, 너네 아직 우리 같은 팀 안 만나봤지? 한 맞아봐.
What a story we have here today. It's an all-Pacific final. The crowning achievement for a region who so often led the way in playing aggressively and embracing the double duelist play style. It's also the much anticipated first encounter ever between these two teams. Isn't it wild that Nongshim have come up through the ranks so quickly and yet they've never played PRX in an official?
It's so cool to see this happen. We haven't had a regional final since before the partnership era. Even then, for a true regional final, you have to look all the way back to 2021. And for it to be now, this PRX team, emblematic of the region, versus a brand new squad playing for the first time, it's just so perfect.
It's the legacy of PRX that they have proved across the years against the Nongshim that had literally to build every single step of the way their own path onto this stage.
It's so astonishing as well. Their last loss was in their Ascension journey at some point, like right at the beginning of that Ascension tournament. Since then, they've been absolutely flawless. But let's dive a little bit deeper into Nongshim's journey. They've made it to the finals in their first ever global event, becoming the first team to go from Premier through Ascension to a global final. This timeline is astonishing.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely crazy. You see the three players, Francis, Ivy, and Dambi, playing in Premier together, qualifying to that Challengers, and doing it very well in 2024. Almost, in that, not even making it to Ascend in that overtime against Boom. But yeah, ever since then, even though they fell at the end of last year, they were able to bounce back, and what a way to do so.
That's what makes the story so impressive to me, that they were relegated. They had to start over again, re-earn their spot for 2026 in the league. But they kept that core, those players that have been with this squad since the beginning, and the success they found this year has been meteoric. They found a perfect style in the meta. They have not lost a match at this level. It has been a truly unprecedented run from Nongshim.
I think it's also like, because of them being the first seed, I feel like the people have not connected so much with them as we've seen in other events, because we've seen teams having to do a very, very long and difficult run to make it into this final. But at the end of the day, for the longest time, we thought that G2 was going to be the team being like, oh my god, we can make it. And they got very, very close. But now the chances for Nongshim to become the first team to complete the full journey, to prove that the ecosystem opens the door for anybody that is playing at home, you can end up on that stage.
Yeah, truly a proof of concept for that path to this global stage. But if Nongshim are the upstarts, then PRX are VCT royalty. They've been one of the most consistent performers on the global stage for years, have been in multiple finals, and have already notched a win in Masters Toronto onto their belts. So now, does another win here in Santiago establish them as the best team in VCT history?
I don't think it puts them there yet, but it puts them on the path. If they could go back-to-back, have a dominant year, I think that puts them on the course. But winning a second trophy, doing a thing that so few other teams have been able to achieve, would put them exactly on that path. And what's impressive about PRX is that it It's been through so many different metas. It's been through so many different years, but it's been this same core. Before Nongshim even played their first official for practically any of these rookie players, it was these guys already making international finals, slowly making upgrades to stay consistent as one of VCT's absolute peak teams.
But Mimi, how can you say all of those things and not say that they are the best team? You say they keep in this core, working so hard. The game has changed. We've seen it in so many different states, so many different metas. But a team that has been consistent in delivering has been PRX. Yes, okay, the trophy we see like what, 4 grand finals at this point.
Yes.
Maybe on the way today to get their second trophy. But I think that PRX has fans all over the world because it is very difficult not to cheer for them. Specifically when we're talking about the spectacle of going into the matches on stage and just making the viewers happy, PRX has to be your favorite team. And it's good to see that, you know, they're a mainstay. It doesn't matter where you go in the world, you will find PRX fans.
Not just true competitors, true entertainers are PRX. Now it's time for our MasterCard fan poll. We're going to keep this one nice and simple for you folks at home. The question is, who will win today's grand final? Will it be Nongshim, Red Force, or PRX? And as always, use those hashtags VCT and Valorant Masters to get involved in the discussion. Not just your answer, you can of course submit that with the QR code down there. I'd love to hear any of your extended thoughts on it. And I want to dive a little bit deeper into the stylistic analysis here between these two teams, because I feel like we're looking at, right now, they're two of the best double duelist teams in the world.
100%.
The question is, which one is the better? What makes PRX's style so distinctly different from Nongshim's, for example?
They've said themselves they feel like they're the emblematic double duelist team. And I think that's true in the variety they play. Look at the agents they've played throughout this tournament. And there is a big difference in the amount of maps they've played. But look at a PRX who's picking Phoenix, picking Raze. It is switching up even, you know, considering that Jet at times too, in a world where Nongshim is basically always playing Neon Yoru. They perfected that. They're the best in the world at that. It's a PRX that will change their comps, change their style, switch into any different idea and be able to execute on it perfectly. That's what makes them PRX.
And we have seen a PRX that has needed to bounce back in this event, following into the lower bracket, playing against AG and then against G2, getting that revenge against NRG. But as you're saying, it is different. For the side of Nongshim, they rely a lot on the flexible, actually the explosiveness that Neon has, that fast pace. Dambi, of course, being the highlight of that. For PRX, it's literally playing with your opponents, thinking about all the tools that you can have, and the speed sometimes doesn't have to do with the agents they're playing at all.
For sure. This is an inter-regional final, and Pacific is the best region at double duelists. There's no doubt about that. But it's also a head-to-head against sub-regions. Korea, who has always been known as the strategic region, the team who is putting together some of the most creative executes since the beginning of time. I think you still see a lot of that in Nongshim's play, in the way that
Would it be RB, maybe?
Yes,
maybe
absolutely.
That's the reason.
Who's been there since the beginning of Korean Valorant, against a team that personifies Southeast Asia, the hyper-aggression, the willingness to change, to do it on the fly. PRX succeeds in the brawl. That's where they want to be. Nongshim succeeds when they are playing their style, when they're running the executes, running the rounds that they've thought of ahead of time.
They are the kings of chaos if you think about PRX and their entire history. Now, in every single one of the encounters that we've seen from Nongshim, we think, oh my god, is this going to be the team that is going to stop them? Are they going to slow them down? Who is going to be dealing with Dambi? Then other issues are starting to appear with Francis going back online on that stage. But according to PRX, they feel like they are the ones that can, you know, out-chaos them.
They're the only ones that really know, because they've scrimmed them. We know that much, but no one else has seen them go head-to-head. Let's dial in on Zambi a little bit here, because Dambi's the one that's basically been on everyone's lips as we've talked about what has gotten Nongshim Red Force here. How can we rank this performance so far from Dambi against some of the best performances at Globals in general? And do the numbers even do this guy justice? Because it feels like so much of what he brings is stylistic and intangible.
It should be like 400 ACS every single one of the maps. You have heard it from every single player that has been asked the question. What is it like going up against Dambi? Does he meet the expectations? And to me, it's not about the agent being impressive, but the player being singular in the way that he plays it. Yes, we see a lot of the judges. We've seen the Odin. We've seen him succeed in every single one of these very, very electric executes. But I will say credit also to everything else that goes behind him. I think that the utility that goes for Dambi to have this kind of place, to have this kind of freedom, props to him. him for the stunts and the amazing way that he moves around the map, but also to the rest of the team that enables him to do though.
I don't think there's been a player at a global Valorant event that has made teams adapt to his style in the way that Dambi has.
Yeah.
There have been excellent performances. You think of the all-timers, you know, your TenZ's at Reykjavik at the very beginning when one man could take over a server. This is different. This is Dambi not just being incredible in the fragging department, but creating the most space of anyone in this tournament. Playing one of the most mechanically difficult agents the game has seen. This is a Neon that is nerfed, that has one slide, that has slower recharges. Yes, she's still strong, but what Dambi does on this agent, no one else does at his level. I think it is unprecedented what he's doing this tournament and the way that he is forcing teams to respect him.
And I don't think we've ever seen a player impose their play style upon their opponents to the same degree as Dambi has. On the other side of things, the deeper that PRX have actually gotten into this tournament, the more Forsaken has, and maybe has had to, rise to the occasion. Can he become our first two-time MVP? And also, if he wins today, right, and maybe if he gets MVP, let's say that, would he then surpass Chronicle as the undisputed Valorant GOAT?
You're looking at me for that answer?
Yeah,
You want me to go against Chronicle? I will say, it is difficult because Chronicle individually is brilliant, but part of my heart really feels like he is. Because we're speaking about Dambi doing these things in Neon, but the things that Forsaken has done in almost every single agent in the game, we have not seen anyone get even close. He was MVP already once, and I think this tournament and the way that PRX has been bouncing back, he has been a very, very, if not the most important part of it.
Let's now head over to Jen Lee, who had a chance to catch up both with Dambi and Forsaken before the game.
Out here with our grand finalists, Forsaken of PRX and Dambi of Nongshim Red Force. Now, Forsaken, you said we can kill Dambi, and we're the only ones that can kill Dambi. Why? What makes you say that?
I think because we met him on scrim, but not in match. But I learned his movement already, so I can read you.
스크림에서 많이 만나봤기 때문에 그래서 담비 잡을 거다 이렇게 얘기를 해주거든요. 동의하시나요? Do you agree, 담비?
No. 스크림일 뿐이고 핑 40이랑 1은 정말 다르다.
Scrim is just scrim. Ping 40 and ping 1 is very different. Well, guys, we have the PRX and the K PRX. Anything you would like to say to each other before the match?
I will slide you before you slide us.
먼저 슬라이딩 쳐가지고 잡겠다고 합니다. 담비 선수도 한마디 하시죠.
Give me trophy. Give me MVP.
Oh, okay. Well, give me trophy and give me MVP bracelet.
Give me also.
Okay, 본인도 달라고 하십니다. Okay, you know what? No matter what happens, hope you guys have fun on stage and go make Pacific proud.
No surprise, they both got their eyes on an MVP trophy and they're definitely in the running. Now, earlier I asked you who you think will win the grand final, and the results are in. And the PRX fans out there on X are turning up in full force. 78% of you believe,
as usual,
that it will be PRX to get yet another global win.
It makes sense. I think that you can look at them as a favorite going into this one. The fans certainly think so. It was such a long road to even get that first trophy. But now I think it's clear that this is a team that going into any finals should really be expected to get another.
Now remember that Nongshim have the double ban advantage as a reward for reaching the final undefeated via the upper bracket. So let's find out just how much of an edge that's going to give them in the map veto.
Okay, so this is the map selection for Master Santiago Grand Finals. First of all, congratulations on reaching this point of the tournament. Because Nongshim is coming from the upper bracket, they have the advantage of banning 2 maps and choosing to be Team A or Team B.
Team A.
So Nongshim is Team A and PRX is Team B. So first ban for Nongshim?
Pearl ban.
Pearl, the second ban for Nongshim?
Bridge ban.
Bind?
Bridge.
Oh, Bridge, okay. The first map pick for Nongshim?
Pick Corrode.
Corrode, side on Corrode for PRX.
Defense.
Defense, map pick for PRX. Abyss, Bind, Haven split.
Bridge ban when they have PRX ka double wave.
Which one?
Epic split.
Split, okay. Side on split for Nongshim.
Depends.
Oh, but the defense again.
Pick for Nanxing. Pick Abyss. Abyss. Side on Abyss for PRX.
Attack.
Attack. Map pick for PRX. You have Bind or Haven.
Haven.
Haven. Okay, so side on Haven for Nanxing.
Attack.
Attack. And side on Bind for PRX.
भाई 3-0 खत्म करो 5 मैच देखने के लिए
Okay, that's it.
टाइम नहीं सुबह बज जाएगा ऐसे भी रात को 12 बज गए.
Despite Nongshim having the double ban advantage, I think we end up with a pretty reasonably even pool in this best out of 5. Nongshim have a permaban in Pearl, which, well, PRX are solid at. It's not the top of their map pool. That's gone, but that also means now the permaban of Abyss gets exposed as map 3 for PRX. But the thing about PRX, I think they're always scary to have prep, even on a map they haven't played. This should be a very competitive final.
Well, it is a story that could only be written here. A team that climbed from Premier to the grandest stage in the game, up against the VCT's most mercurial legends. It's the Pacific Final. It's the Grand Final, and it starts right now.
back-to-back Masters. पिछला Masters में जीता था.
Many people consider you guys to be two of the best players in the world.
एक प्लेयर जो कि सारे एजेंट खेल चुका है, सारे एजेंट. esports. क्या बंदा है? और सगा.
아마추어에서 경쟁을 하고 있던 선수였고 결승전 진출은 저에게 과정과 경험이 담긴 무대라고 생각합니다.
क्या है शुभम भाई? समझ नहीं आया.
My hot take is Nongshim is the Demby show.
वो पुराने वाला दिन याद है कि नहीं भाई बता.
History will repeat itself.
5 बंदे लैपटॉप से. क्या दिन था वो.
일단 꿈꾸는 것 같고 우승을 한다면은 더 좋을 것 같습니다.
여기까지 왔는데 멈출 수는 없을 것 같아요.
देख रहा है क्राउड कितना है. WWE में भी इतना भीड़ नहीं होता है.
PRX 우리 처음 만나지? 매운맛 많이 보여줄게.
This is the scariest version of PRX that you're gonna face.
सही है, सही बात. ऐसा कि चमचमाती ट्रॉफी भाई.
Es el final del BST Master Santiago y es una fiesta. Démosle la bienvenida a Hola Santiago, ¿qué pasa, cabros?
इसीलिए रायट का अच्छा लगता है, इतना क्रेजी इवेंट सब करता है. प्लेयर का एंट्री देखो. अरे शुभम तुम देखा कि नहीं, तेरी कंपनी के बाहर इतना भीड़ था. एलपीजी फ्री में दे रहे थे शायद.
so much. Make some noise, Chile! I'm so happy to be here. Let's bring all the energy. Vamos, Chile. Let's get loud. Let's make some noise. Let's make some noise. Santiago, ya estamos pasando bien.
God player, bhai, God player. ये God player है. ये भी भाई God. तो W GOAT भाई, W GOAT. विंगमैन बन के आया है. लगता है आज गेको खेलेगा. गेको खेल लिया तो भाई पूरा जितना एजेंट अभी तक आया हुआ है पूरा कंप्लीट हो जाएगा. कॉपी के सिनेरियो में ये स्पोर्ट्स में एक बंदा जो हर एजेंट खेल चुका है गेम का.
Gracias, Santiago. Make some noise. This grand final started. Have some fun today. Goodbye. Thank you.
Once called princes, then our kings of the Pacific region look to cement their dynasty here in Santiago. But facing them, the young upstarts, the new princes, Nongshim Red Force,
हाँ भाई ये तो सही बताया
Royal Road from Premier to
प्रैक्टिस
this
भाई
very
प्रैक्टिस भाई
stage to stake their claim to the throne.
वो कहाँ है भाई? वो वसीली का किधर है भाई?
Region, it was 8 international
चला संडे को भी फ्री नहीं है.
failed to bring home
कल
the
ऑफिस
trophy,
जाएगा
failed to
इसलिए
prove what he could do.
सो गया
Had
होगा.
to watch another team, Genji, be the first. Now it's Pacific on top, the first regional finals of the partnership era, and he's back after this time down in China, after his time off this stage with a team of rookies trying to bring the next generation of Korea to the team that has defined the Pacific, has been one of the most consistent teams in Valorant and are hunting their second trophy.
An already flawless year for the side of Nongshim could end up here with a very tragic loss. On the other side, the possibility they are one best of 5 away from making history and becoming the first Premier team to lift a global trophy here in Santiago. Against them, what some might think is a familiar opponent because of both teams being from Pacific. But as we're saying, this is the first
जहाँ से
time
चालू होता है जो
these two
पहला
teams
रूकी
are
लेवल
going
है,
up against
ये
each
टीम
other
वहाँ
in
से
an
क्वालिफाई
official
करके
game,
मास्टर्स
and the
आके
stakes
पहुँच गई.
could not be higher.
And while Nongshim Red Force had stuck to their guns and played the same style while the best of America's EMEA, China have been thrown in front of them. They are committed to their style. It's a love letter to the game and the way they play it. PRX, though, have been happy and willing to reinvent themselves every step of the way to stay ahead of the competition. And they love nothing more than to knock these upstarts down.
This is PRX's meta. This is the moment where double duelists, where changing your compositions, where all of that is so strong. It seems it's the moment in their prime to lift another trophy. But it's so interesting to see standing in opposition, a team from their own region who has taken that in stride, who has come from nowhere to dominate. They have not lost this year. But PRX, they have been on the long journey. They have lost matches. They've done it the hard way. And they know what it takes to win in a BO5, to show up to a match of these stakes and perform.
And when we were seeing the double duelist clash of styles that we had on the stage, we saw a PRX that has played a lot, that literally had to grind up their way up from kickoff into this tournament to make it to this grand final. And they will have to play that Abyss. We have that guaranteed in that map number 3, something that we have not seen from them yet.
When PRX was making it to their first
setup
back in Copenhagen, the core 3 that came from Premier and Nongshim, they were still kids watching at home, competing on their own, playing in ranked, waiting for that opportunity. It's now a question of if they can defeat the masters of their region. We're going to Corrode to start this series, and it's an interesting one for me. PRX playing this Sentinel comp. They've looked good after changing up some of their style on this map, beating two America's teams here. Can this be the team? Can this be the comp to shut down Dambi on his best map?
We saw G2 struggling a lot against Nongshin, even though changing things around to go specifically against that Neon and the explosiveness. But on the other side, we saw a PRX that was flawless against NRG yesterday, especially on the defense side.
Well, it's the grand final, and the Pacific region are already celebrating. So let's send it over to our benevolent overlords, Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Yeah, whoa. Let's go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another day of VCT Pacific. I'm Achilleos. That's Paper Thin. And oh, baby, an all-Pacific final here at Masters Santiago. The region has the trophy secured, but which team is
Pacific region, दो Pacific region से ही है. International चल रहा है, पर एक regional match हो रहा है जैसे लग रहा है.
You have on the planet
क्योंकि दो टीम एक region से ही qualify कर गई final के लिए.
You will find in VCT. It should be explosive. And Pacific have been masters of the VCT since Shanghai. Now it's down to the princes and their brothers who are looking to claim their titles. Nongshin first on the attack, at the ready. WATCHPARTY working their way. It's just Forsaken, tucked in behind this Viper wall, but he gets flushed out. Francis reads it, finds a headshot. There's that first blood found. It's already good prep being shown here by Nongshin. That's a spot that PRX likes to tuck into. Tap. Francis now on the floor, back into a 4v4. Ghosts pretty much across the board here for PRX. A little bit more oomph behind this. See if they can find their target. So is Ivy looking for a timing. Gets caught off guard. Not ready for something. Just jump, plant his feet, and find the headshot. Suddenly, Nongshin reeling a bit here in the pistol. The barrel for the slide across. Envy gonna get caught on the Dambi. Finds that kill. The shutdown RB. Trying to clutch it out, but it's going to be Envy to stand a bit taller. 3K over 3K. PRX find the opening pistol. Phenomenal work here by Envy. His first time in a grand finals. His first time on the global stage. PRX and making the most of it to start. Knife out, no problem. Little bit of a jump, a land. A clean shot from something. RB looking to join Stax and Buzz as trophy lifters from the original Vision Striker squad. The PRX are the ones to strike first blood. 6 players on this stage that have never seen a grand final. Envy looking to go on that Golden Road here alongside PRX joining this year and already finding themselves on one of the biggest stages that we have to offer. As here's the judge around the corner, something give Demi a little bit of his own medicine, but they return fire with these minutes in hand. It's looking damn clean. This is something that a lot of teams have been leaning into recently. Forsaken finds on the back. It's a kill on X, Ross. Ivy, however, this time a lot cleaner with the Sheriff. As Francis trying to get himself tucked in behind the bricks, and I don't think it's going to matter too much because Forsaken has his knife out. Plans the kill on Nongshin. Barring Ching. Pulling a rabbit out of the hat. They're going to be tying things up 1-1. Paranoia to connect on the no one, and RB to shut him down. Doing wonders. And just like that, it is already neck and neck. Well, you can already see some of the ideas here from PRX. Throw a judge into the mix. Try to slow Dambi down. But the Bandits, something that PRX has been working into their rotation, especially on their ecos. Wouldn't be surprised to see a few of them in the mix in the following round here. So potent at close range, that one-tap headshot, absolutely devastating on a map like Corrode in particular. Can really set you up for success. Nongshin looking for a little more purchase in towards mid. PRX also trying to scale. One bandit, 3 sheriffs. It's an all-Pacific final. Let's see if we can really bring Pacific to the stage here in Santiago. We're going to trade back on some of these thrifties. X-Ross, however, some different ideas. Able to find 2 before getting taken down. Dambi just going to be collecting that weapon. Francis looking for an angle with that outlaw. Slow walk down. Jing hearing the swap of the weapon. Swings the corner. Ivy will have him dead. Something in the line, trying to see if they can get a bit more damage in. Not pull off the clutch itself.
Going to be tough with that outlaw there for Francis. He's going to have a great angle. No matter which direction they end up coming from.
First hurdle going to be Danby. Sat here, center sight. Bottom of hut.
Oh
On the swing.
God. Yeah,
Takes his head clean off. Suddenly, you have to start wondering, is it possible? Can they do it? Goodbye. He says yes. Finds the one. Drop down. Has the ring. Has the shot. Welcome to Pacific, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't been watching, this is what we've had all year long. MasterCard Thrifty, PRX back in the lead.
It's Devi again with the Sheriffs. The guy has been outrageous with them. And he is perfect. Perfect. With all of his timings, headshot. No problem at all here. Anticipating the peak from Francis. My word.
And we knew coming into this it was going to be an exciting match.
Oh yeah.
And this is already delivering well beyond what we might have anticipated. Didn't really know what to expect given that they've never played against each other, but something now that judge again in hand, able to find the shutdown on the Danby. Nongshim going to be left scratching their heads.
Yeah, Forsaken got a dink in there onto Francis as well, so he's actually going to try to hold the line a little bit, see if he can challenge Forsaken. On peak though, top of the toxic screen, but showing that Yoru is going to keep a couple extra players over on the B for PRX. In fact, even pulling the rotation of Devi potentially. Does have some of that Vice util though to rely on to help something, to give him a little bit of an early warning system.
Oh, and it's just getting worse. Trying to continue to keep that interest on this side of the map. Something for now. Alone on A. Forward in the middle. PRX. Bit of an idea of what the game plan is here as Francis is going to get caught. Anticipating that second layer, but also Nongshim very slow to try to scale in towards his A site. And on the approach that they're taking, it's going to have them. He's got that judge in hand.
He just needs to play it safe. He's got, again, that Vice util as well. Just kind of give him a little bit of help. As soon as the wall is going to be popped here, Devi's already in place to help. Thorns there, judge at the ready.
It seems like this little back and forth will be coming to an end here. Something greets them at the door. RB to fall. And it's going to be a flawless for PRX to move up 3-1.
Already here, PRX showing a lot of ideas on how to stop Danby, how to keep him from accelerating into spots where he's going to be able to take space. They're at the point of attack of Danby every time with the judge. A couple rounds ago, it was in A link, and here they're just pushing out into B main. So it's 0-4 for that stellar superstar Neon. And that's going to force the timeout early from Nongshim. Try to get this situated, try to get some recuperation, probably talk about, you know, how and when they can start accelerating, how they can get Danby into places where he can be effective, where you're not going to fall for those early traps here in this Coinbase win condition timeout.
I mean, we zoom in on Danby at the moment, has not been able to draw a drop of blood, 0-4-1. It's been a rough go of it, and in the arrival interview with Jen, Forsaken saying, yeah, we know how to shut you down. We're going to be able to shoot you a bit fast, and you're going to be able to slide at us, and so far that has rung true.
I mean, I figured if any team, if NRG couldn't do it, I figured the other one that could would be PRX. They're the ones who understand chaos. They thrive in it. It has been their hope for as long as they've been a team. They play the game so different from anybody else. And Nongshim, a team that kind of embraced some of that mentality. Talked about in the past how PRX is a team that they respect, that they emulate a little bit. And now PRX is like, okay, well, you're the students, we're still the masters. You have to prove that you've earned this title.
Time out, a hero rifle in the hands of Ivy. Some more bandits and sheriff and a judge for Danby. Once again, storming his way forward in the mid, the paranoia to greet him. Holds him back for a brief little moment as he's trying to get the slide going. Eventually will be able to find it. How he keeps working these miracles, I do not know. That is Jing dead. He'll continue to utilize that weapon, trying to lock off that yard position, make it unassailable. Something at the same time, trying to hold the line here on this A site, but has to refract back over to safety. Reads the position of Ivy well, just trying to see if he can get a straight tap in, but won't be able to make it happen. The poison orb set up. RB now just spraying and praying. Seal Garden just to take away what few weapons they do have in hand. Ivy tucks back away from that one. RB trying to TP out. Is now the convergent pass as well going to be layered in. Something on the entry up and over, but loses out on multiple players. And the timeout call is absolutely gorgeous. It's a flawless in reply for Nongshim.
And they get some big ults away from PRX in that round. And again, it's where Dambi begins his movement, where he's beginning to accelerate. It's before the door this time. Somebody's going to have to teach me how he makes the judge do what it does. The way he's able to get those bullet spreads to land is unparalleled. And it's just little things that they need to do. Once you get that space, that's where Nongshim is so dangerous. That's what makes them so formidable. Is that they're going to get there, and they have great post plants behind it. They have a bunch of ults to work with. Opt there for something. It's going to be holding down A. More mid exploration. They're going to try this A-Link angle again. This time, Invi's been shifted over. The dimensional drift is going to maybe give away his position. Actually, they're checking main. They know that PRX likes to be aggressive there.
Look at the spot. Oh, exit, and something is so damn ready for it. Immediately shuts him down with that shorty. Looking for the peek, but Jing already claiming the kill on X-Ross. Looking for the flick. Ivy able to find something, but Jing is there for the trade back. Suddenly their advantage. RB halted in his tracks, needing to try to find some value, but Forsaken just swings out, takes the fight and takes his life. Damn, he found now on that flank, and PRX not allowing for Nongshim to start building up momentum.
Yeah, and I think here just with PRX playing further back than they normally would with that operator in hand. A lot of times in the past on this map, it's been them constantly pushing one side or the other, you know, using that operator to try to force their opponents into device side of the map where that vice util will be. But this time they're a little bit further back. That means the dimensional drift doesn't really get the info that you would normally find in that situation. Therefore, something Yoru, expert of his own, able to shut down Francis before he's even able to get anything going for Nongshim. Just another aggressive mid push, and PRX has been happy to absorb this space. Fight for it too often here.
Good catch. Jing just not quite peeking out far enough for Francis to be able to collect it. Shot ringing out. Dambi just going to be backpedaling away from A. Looks like this is going to be a massive shove through the connector into B. Jing might be able to find a timing to get in behind. We'll set up the paranoia, so they're going to be aware of the Omen's position. Slide forward, Dambi looking for that kill, unable to spot it, but does note the two players. Up around over on that elbow, the swing out. Dambi collecting both. Divide Forsaken both going to be eliminated. Jing now here at Heaven. Being able to find the one, something still working his way all the way through B main. He's playing with an operator, now the pit is placed.
This should be unassailable for PRX.
X-Ross dead, the Nightfall available and immediately invested in B. Feels like they have a solid chance to be able to take this one. As there's a spot out in Ivy. Caught! The pit now gone! RB dead, and Dambi recovering from the decay. Has three players to try to clear, but Envy cuts him down. Plenty of time remaining on the defuse, and PRX up 5-2.
They just catch Nongshim overstepping a little bit and getting Envy that Nightfall. Absolutely catastrophic, because it cuts away so much of that information you're going to have trying to hold those angles on site. That one right there onto X-Ross went for the peak, paid the price. And then everybody kind of scrambles. The protocols there feel like they fell apart a little bit for Nongshim in that post plant. And you can't give PRX those opportunities. Now you're on a weak bye. You have one hero rifle in the hands of Ivy. Something again, holding this line. Oh my God.
It's a shutdown onto the critical player. It's Dambi dead again. Ivy working his way through mid, is able to find Envy here over the previous round, going to be eliminated. Something he's still here, still standing. Does get caught by the flash. Manages to back away. They can't chase in deep enough, fast enough because of the hinder. Finds himself plenty of space for that saturate. Ivy needs to come up with a kill, but he cannot. Forsaken just has him outdone once again, and X-Ross cannot get the Sheriff drawn fast enough. 2 players in the post plan, a Stinger and a Bucky. Francis is looking for some damage. He's the one eating it. And RB now would have to clutch it up with a Bucky. Finds the first 2. Grabs the Phantom, TP's back across the opposite side. And as he swings, it's to his demise. Devi out wide, catches him by surprise, and that is going to be PRX now, already up 6-2.
They are extremely well prepared. They don't give this team any opportunities. Again, it's another perfect position to counter Dambi before he can even really get rolling. This is something that teams have occasionally found success with so far this year against Nongshim, but not consistently. So far, PRX has done an excellent job of it. They're not giving those opportunities for kind of the positional mistakes that Dambi can capitalize on. They're hitting good shots, that one in particular from something who has been stellar with the operator here in the playoffs. They're going to go pushing.
Trying to bait with that Prowler, allowing it to go into him, but that's going to be something. Just scooping up the quick kill. Francis now dead. And at every twist and turn, Nongshim are just struggling to find any kind of early advantage.
It's been different looks every round. I mean, PRX has been showing them a very deep playbook. And now with that wall popped, they're going to have a couple players here in place. Thorns to open this up.
Looking for that timing. Devi swinging forward, will be overwhelmed. Shot connecting, but not getting the elimination. Now the overdrive in play, and Dambi's able to find Envy. Player advantage here in the hands of Nongshim. Looking to get full. Actually, 3-player wrap, at least a 2. Go towards A main, RB. About to find out, though, that Forsaken has scaled a lot further forward than he might have anticipated, so suddenly we're back to parity.
Forsaken's got a pit if he gets in deep enough.
Given where the players are playing, he could just, walk forward, but does still have that spike and belt, but the TP up on top of Hot. Dambi is there, in position, finds the punish. Looking for the slide down, a bite, layered in. Ivy just trying to delay as much as humanly possible. The slide and Dambi just going to be a hair off, and now Forsaken into a 1v1, or rather something into 1v1. Forsaken does fall, but the time is just not going to be there, so he has to make his exit, backing away. Ivy looking for the kill, won't be able to find it. He will go down to this spike, but Nongshim do barely manage to bring back the round.
Well, it's something, that's for sure, but this time they're able to get just enough space. PRX playing a little bit more towards B-Link, even with the Razor Vines there. Get that ult going for Dambi.
Oh, yeah.
Shot just not connecting onto RB. Good read there as well onto Jing's tendencies with the TPs. It's okay, Nongshim keeping it close.
Doing their damnedest, still down by 3, a chance of trying to rescue this, run this back into a 6-6 half, but we need to get that momentum built up. Consecutive rounds have eluded them thus far.
Very different look here for PRX. Leaning the op in towards mid. Not seeing anything, so.
About to see Ivy. Looking for the flick down, and Ivy, lucky to be alive, is anticipating this repeat, and he wins it out. A critical find for him, but Devi at the same time able to find Dambi back over on the B site. Francis forward, tucks into the coming Prowler. Chase does get cleared, and RB dead as he tries to TP over to get the spike planted, but the return fire looking decent, but Envy, was looking excellent for a brief little moment. Once again, Ivy here in that 1v1, but no real clue where the hell Jing could be. He's got 56 seconds to play around with, though. Looks like he's going to make his exit, anticipating that Jing would have gotten over towards this B site.
It's a really nice read here from Ivy.
Nice read, nice read. अभी ये जगह plan करो. Jing भी rotate कर रहा है.
Bypass, of course. 11-6 right now. Ivy, such a stellar clutch player for Nongshim. Coming into their opening match, he was outrageously good. He's got another chance to do some real damage. Jing, no ult available. He's gonna have to hoof it on foot. Does have the paranoia.
Oh, yeah.
Find Ivy out. Could find an opportunity to use that ability to shut this one down. Ivy gonna tuck in towards elbow though. Try to play off the tap, so the spikes, it looks like.
He's had that bite, so would give away his position once he lobs it through. Smoke now in. Jing able to hold this one up the half. He's gonna try to just stick it. Ivy!
Oh my God.
Doesn't manage to find the kill!
बंदा पागल है भाई.
Shuts him down and secures the lead at the half.
And Jing also positions himself on the opposite side of the spike where you'd probably expect the player to be defusing. And I think that catches Ivy off guard just a little bit. Invi, huge 2K there. Lock this down, and oh my, you're getting the second timeout already coming in for Nongshim. They feel like they've got to get a couple more rounds here on this attack side.
Hit timeout.
I know they need the next two. Struggling on the attack, not something that Nongshim are used to at all. Zoom back in, our second Coinbase win condition, and Dambi, yes, able to pick up the pace a bit, able to find 5 kills compared to the 0 that we saw in that first timeout call. But he is not dominating, he is not running all over PRX, which is what he's been able to do against every single team that they faced on their run to this moment.
Yeah, absolutely, and PRX just isn't giving him many opportunities. Like, Dambi is often looking to find a moment where he can punish either your default position where he knows where you're going to be so he can relay bolt or just run past you, whatever it may be, or he's looking for mistakes where you're going to throw a piece of utility and reveal your position. But PRX is playing it really close to the vest, and when they're not, they've got layers behind what they're doing to make sure that they've got that kill onto Dambi, that they can take him out of the equation and then deal with the rest of the team from there.
Yep.
Feeling like if he's not there, force the impetus onto Francis, onto Ivy, onto Xros, onto RB to step up and beat them in 1v1s. And I guarantee PRX likes those odds.
Something. Once again, that judge in hand looking for the early shutdown. Second will be eating some damage, but do they read this position? No, they don't quite do. 2 kills still going to be found for something. For Xros to take him out of the equation. Should be collected, but this time it doesn't feel like Nongshim's going to be able to work that thrifty magic off the back of the timeout.
Well, and Envy is over clearing A main, trying to set up for the flank just in case.
They're trying to cut the noise, but yeah, because Envy is so far forward, PRX feel more than fine to keep 3 players here on B.
Exactly. It's gonna have to be something brilliant. Got a couple shotguns and a bandit. Do you risk it and throw an ult in here? Get into a post plant. Ivy's got the pit.
And Divide, he's got the angle and he's got all 3.
It's out there, yeah.
One by one they fall. 1 by 1, PRX continue to rack up these round wins.
Loving the game prep here for PRX. It's so hard to get a read as Nongshim on where the open space is going to be. This is something they haven't shown you since very early on in the half, since like round 3 with the shotgun tucked into the corner. So it's hard when you're in the heat of the moment, when things are going sideways, to remember that far back to some of the ideas that PRX has been showing you. This time, just Forsaken and Envy, you're going to challenge this key hit. Clear the Prowler, though, in a follow-up. As Divide leaning in this direction.
That pass hit yet again. Paranoia connecting on the Forsaken. Dambi sliding forward. Able to find Envy. Turns back in. Francis will fall, but Dambi collects a second elimination. Divide. Not gonna be able to shut him down this time. Dambi maybe starting to find his footing, coming alive here on the stage. Hit now going to be invested as well. As Nongshim know how desperately they need this final round of the half. Dambi going to find himself a 4th. Something dead. Now it's all on Jing. Will quickly be cleaned up. So 8-4 at the half.
Really interesting stuff that we're seeing. PRX so far has a decent read, but that time you're able to use the Nightfall to give Dambi the space that he needs to go charging in. The fadeaway slide into the follow-up on the Forsaken. Just straight up out dueling Divide. Gets the work to make sure that there's no real hope here. Gonna need more of that on this defender's half.
Gonna need a hell of a lot more than that one. See if Nongshim's gonna be able to recover, but for now, we do have Valina who's standing by with a very special guest. Always love to hear from him, so let's send it over to her and hear from none of the 10s.
Hola Santiago, estamos aquí con 10.
Oh, 10 gold over.
Crowd is going crazy. They love of you, Tens. I just want to know, how are you seeing this venue? Are you liking it? What are your thoughts on Chile so far, too?
Yeah, so far Chile's been awesome. I mean, the atmosphere, the crowd here, they go absolutely wild. You guys have been really loud out there, so keep it up. And yeah, the games have been fantastic.
Definitely, it has been amazing. Y bueno, obviamente preguntarle cómo ha sido Chile, qué piensa usted. Dice que ustedes son una locura, todos los que están aquí también alentando, gritando. Ya la energía ha sido increíble. Los matches también han sido impresionantes. But now I want to know, I see you're wearing the Nongshim shirt. Are you going for them? Are you rooting for them? And what's your predict for this finals?
So, my heart's divided. I'm rooting for both teams. I do think PRX is actually the favorites to win. I wanted the Nongshim team. I mean, I think their story is just so beautiful, working their way from the bottom to the top, now get to the grand finals. So I want to make sure that they have my support so they can play the best they can play, and we can see the best match that we can get.
Definitely, and it's been a great match so far. Y hablando un poquito también de a quién está alentando, dice que obviamente PRX es el equipo favorito para poder ganar. Por el otro lado, encuentra que la historia de Nongshim es muy linda, empezando desde abajo y subiendo poco a poco, y ahora están acá en este stage increíble, entonces quiere mostrar ese apoyo para estos chicos. Esto es todo lo que tenemos por la entrevista. Tens, thank you very much for this interview. Do you want to wave and say hi to this amazing venue we have here? Chile, una vez más para Tens! Thank you very much, and now we're going back into the game.
Good to hear from Tens, but thank you very much. Is aligned with the rest of us, wanting to see that solid series, wanting to see that titanic clash that's been long since promised between these two squads. For now, PRX, they have had the upper hand, and that's the thing that's most terrifying about this squad. When everyone is shooting the way that they are, they look unstoppable.
Well, and they've been there, they've done that. This is their 4th global grand finals ever, and they've already got 1 trophy. You could bet they're chomping at the bit to get another one to prove that they're certainly one of, if not the best to ever play the game. They're gonna slowly work their way up A, but this mid push, 3-man push, completely unaccounted for. Envy finding out the hard way. Drifting up.
About to have that contact. He's good for the first, looking for that second, but Tommy just continues to slide across, dragging the attention, dragging that crosshair. Well, X-Ross under some fire, the swing coming in Dubai. On the approach around the back, X-Ross gets a read of it though, turns back! Facing forward, finding himself a third. Now suddenly it's Jing, the 1v3, the quick fade away. Kambi down on the floor, goes for covered. Jing trying to make a go of this one, but RB takes him down to 14, the spike now collected. Still on the approach. The swing around the back, and Jing just no idea where RB has gotten off to. We'll just swoop forward into RB's open grasp. Pistol goes the way of Nongshim.
Just fantastic stuff from X-Ross. A longtime player for Nongshim, but a new addition to the main roster. He's had a couple big ones. The first finals, the upper finals in Pacific, he really was electric. He just holds the line, holds the sight. That's got to feel good. That's got to feel like some weight off your shoulders here. That pistol going to give you a really good shout into this. Just a Sheriff, 1 Bandit for Envy, Shorty for Forsaken.
Well, why the hell not?
Definitely not the player you expect in this competition to have the Shorty. I think it might be something, but you know what? You never know with PRX what they've got up their sleeve.
Not worth trying to figure out what's going on
I don't know. I don't know why I'm bothering.
Downby just trying to keep note. Angles around mid. Spawn of the buy. Relay bolt going to be popped in there. Defy barely survives.
Wait,
away, quite literally one HP. Some of that decay damage, but no. He's taken down that single digit. While Forsaken leading the charge, pushing forward with that Shorty in hand. Will be to his doom, but that second layer coming in, Jing, the clean one up, that's going to be a Spectre recoverable. Slowly eking its way forward, waiting for the smoke to bloom. It's the cover, Envy just waiting on those timing shots. Jump down and get the plant in action. Ross able to find a buy. Finishing off the earlier job, keeping Nongshim in with a player advantage. Spectre in the hands of something, however, as well as that Bandit for Envy. Certainly has to be a consideration and a concern. It's a double swing there, and Heather but Dambi able to flush them both out. Now it's just X-Ross to find the finisher, and Nongshim finding their footing so far here in that second half. Bringing this back to a 2-round deficit. And if they can find a bonus conversion, then oh, goodness me.
Then you start to be a little bit concerned if you're in the PRX camp. Just really nice stuff from Dambi, showing that it isn't all just his neon movement and ability. It's also his individual, just pure mechanical skill is quite high. Only 2 guns dropped there. PRX at least able to get the plant down, get a little bit of extra cash out of it, but still going to be a couple players with half armors, one with regen in terms of Forsaken. And it's going to be not the heaviest of purchases though for Nongshim. Over towards B. Meanwhile, PRX actually spreading the map, looking for that aggressive push, looking for that attack lane that Dambi's going to take. So taking some angles where you'd have a favorable chance to at least do some damage to him before you can really get in your face.
See, main control usually something that PRX do try to lean into, do try to establish early on, but this time for Nongshim, not necessarily going to pay off. Envy still working his way over there. Give them a chance. We'll send out that Prowler. It's confirmation now that the Paranoia goes flying, he's able to back away. Forsaken on the scale forward, catching Ivy completely off guard, and that A site is wide open. Dambi not able to find Envy. He holds his own for one. Backpedals, shifting over to the side, but still is into the fight. Turns the flash, looks for a little bit more. Won't be able to come up with the goods. Man will recover now into the hands of Francis. Devi's position going to be noted here in mid, but something. Soul to try to play him in. Keep him tucked away. Keep him a mystery. TP forward. He now strikes. The blind there on Francis. He finds a second. Looks for the third. X-Ross has managed to shut him down. Comes up with another. And 2 players surviving. PRX will be able to close out the anti-bonus.
Yeah, I mean, you can see again, even on this side of the map, how prepared PRX is for Dambi's ability to just try to punish you. Again, it's Dambi waiting for that piece of util that you throw out. Then he's going to accelerate, come at you. And Envy plays this really, really nice. There it is.
Back in Pacific.
Welcome to the Sangam Coliseum. But it's their ability to be prepared for Dambi right now that is really giving them that extra little boost. Still only 3 rounds though. Still Nongshim has so much fight in them. And they can still punish you if you give them any opportunity. Here's that B main control you were just talking about. One away from a convergent pass for something. Everybody else, and Envy not too far away. 2 more kills and he'll get it, but it's going to be that slow creep forward. Spot on the RB, but Wall's actually up in mid here this time for PRX, and they're going to try to cut off that mid rotation, use the extremities of the map themselves. They're just waiting. Just trying to suss out if, you know, Nongshim's ever going to try to turn on the Jets, but Nongshim also wants to play the patient game, so kind of both teams anticipating that maybe speed and aggression would be their opponent's sort of go-to.
Francis forward. Forsaken on that late lurk. Wanting to reopen that A side of the map, potentially go for the pivot, but now there is no further recourse. They have to push forward. They have to try to get the plant down here on this B site. Refract out with the flood in from Nongshim. They're going to pull off the retake as Jing, however, on the swing, finds himself a second, but now people find the shutdown. Nongshim not looking to have this map slip from their grasp. It's their opening pick here in this grand final. And it's now within 2 rounds.
It's good reads here. This is a big kill for Francis, because you're killing Forsaken. He's oftentimes going to be one of the players that's out on his own. So it gives them a really good read that they can play for that flood, that fast rotation over towards B. They're just in a perfect position to shut it right down before it even starts. Now you're going to see same timing here for the timeout for PRX as Nongshim took in the first half.
Alex getting just a bit too close by.
What's game?
Wanting to make sure that his team can secure this win, not reopen that door, not let this map go, because they know how important this corrode is. You've got Split coming up in the second map. PRX have looked like the best team in the world on Split so far during this tournament. So you're well set up to have a 2-0 start to immediately take this to match point, force Nongshim into a position where they would have to reverse sweep in their first ever Grand Finals appearance. Getting this corrode is absolutely monstrous for PRX's hopes.
Absolutely, and they've been getting better and better and better on this map as time has gone on, even though it has been a favored one of Nongshim throughout this year. PRX has shown that their ability to adapt, their ability to work the map, you know, win so many of those contact fights at the mains has given teams a lot of problems, but PRX has looked pretty scared so far. So is this going to be them trying to challenge those mains a little bit more, trying to play for some of that positional battle a little bit sooner? Some sprays through there to try to keep Xros safe, but instead it's just going to be another orb collected, a second ult, well, a third ult. Ooh, miss on Envy.
Able to find the punish.
Be right back.
Still alive, still with that Nightfall. Should they feel they have earned the space to open up with it? Jing, however, getting tagged low, as is something. Refracts all the way out, but Jing is pushing forward and quickly dispatches Dambi. Bandit yet again doing wonders, but he cannot steady the spray to find RB. It's up being that 1-for-1. While the rotation's back, Francis setting up that gate crash all the way across towards the B side of the map. Be able to join in, reinforce alongside Ivy.
I wouldn't have minded seeing Jing TP out of that spot there, but Snakebite at least going to force Ivy back. Something, though, getting lit up on the way in. The rest of the team hasn't been able to join him, so Xros tucked in the corner.
Peek out, and Francis able to find anything from on high. Device still going to be good with the Sheriff. Cleans up 1 minute, needs a hell of a lot more, and at the moment he is completely boxed in, now flushed out. Something good for the 1 kill, but Ivy gets a drag across, finds the headshot. Timeout call not going to be leading to a thrifty here for PRX. See what the strategy was set to be ahead of this next buy round.
And all of a sudden, this feels like a must-win round for PRX in this map because their economy is going to be in the dumpster. The most credits anybody's going to have behind this buy is Devi with 350, and you have 3 ults, 2 of them really, really big ones. The Convergent Paths and the Nightfall going to be available. A little bit of sweat there for the Nongshim staff, and Alex trying to keep it together so far. Paranoia to back Forsaken off there. Just trying to take some A main space, but PRX gonna do a little bit of lingering. Still just thinking that eventually Nongshim's gonna want to try to push a player in through mid, but Nongshim's just been playing Absorb. Letting them take a little bit of space, make the good read, go for the flood, and they've got a great read going right here.
Now it's exchanged. You know how far forward something is. Now that Refract expired. Dambi turning back over towards Man and Xros. Taking that first fight, something gonna fall, and Xros finds the double up. Envy now dead, he gets 4! RB will find the final, not allowing for an ace to come through, but it's a flawless round. As Nongshim tied up 9-9.
He's just rock solid on that A site. Xros just not giving him anything. Oh my God, that fourth, that tap.
And that is more of the Xros that we were seeing back at kickoff that caught them that first seed. And now caught the second time out of PRX.
अरे WATCHPARTY लिखा है भाई, देख ले title.
This is tough, man. Again, both teams have really good reads on each other on these defender sides. They really understand how they want to work the map. Nongshim is barely trying to challenge anything early. They're just waiting for PRX to get a little impatient, try to push through a choke, and then they're just shutting them down. And this time you have the turret of Xros in a Link, just 1-2, okay, that's probably the most they're sending through Link for this split. I'm gonna turn my attention the other way. Just end the round. And you even get to use the ults as PRX. You're just chewing through them.
Are about to have 4 online. Devi 1 away from having that next Steel Garden in, but same could be said for Nongshim. Nearly there. Francis, 1 away from that dimensional drift. PRX do manage to get into a post plant. Damn sure that ult is going to be coming through.
Yeah.
भाई इतना लोग आया कोई लाइक नहीं
करेंगे. A little bit of a backup. Had the op in hand carried over, obviously, but now does have a judge as well.
Keep going, keep going.
Will play for it, has the op set up. Casey snaps back with that gate crash. Collect that, provide cover at range.
See if PRX realizes their own tricks.
Oh, they didn't send it into the corner, but something is swinging out a little bit wider, so just avoid getting one shot. Francis exits with 5
Step by step.
Meanwhile, RB catching Forsaken again. He's continuing to try to attack these lurks to get forward onto A. Nongshim continue to suss it out and find the timing.
Just veteran presence, veteran awareness from RB.
पूरा टीम लीड कर लिया है, 9 बंदा है,
looks like a
इसीलिए रोटेट कर लिया
genius to some of his lurks, but RB beat him to the punch.
He's playing a very deep angle. He's only going to be able to find one more, so weapon going to be given over. Francis at 5 HP, that could end up being costly, but Extras again! Continues to hold the door. Puts Jing to 45 before he finally falls, and Dammy now perfect position. Will find the punish, and Nongshim find themselves in the lead.
That's his sight. You're going to have to commit a lot more to deal with him. You need to get some util to unbalance X-Ross. Goodness. But this right here, oh, the first one. Disgusting. ADS in. Makes that Vandal look like a sniper rifle. And now it's starting to show. Now you've got a bunch of ults to counter here.
This is where the chaos can really ensue. PRX wanting to up the pace. He's been slow going these last several rounds. They're going to try to change it up a little bit. Damby does get tagged down low. Blind shots from something. Down to 30. Well, RB caught on timing. Forsaken able to find him this time around. Cleans up the kill, but already Nongshim getting their forces in position to hold the line here on this A side. But Dammy now going to be traded out. Player advantage at the moment. Over to the side of PRX. Forsaken expounds upon that, finding Ivy. Now it's just Francis and X-Ross. Trying to see if they can take this up to 11.
Great scramble recovery here from PRX. Really good use of their util to close off that A-Link angle, using the Thorns and the Poison Cloud.
Forward to the smoke, the shorty, looking for a target, but now X-Ross all alone. The swing out, Forsaken has him. 3 kills, and we get tied up 10-10.
This is just something I've been kind of looking for from PRX. They've been playing very slow by their standards throughout a lot of this half. This is the one where they finally turn up the tempo. And again, really good util usage. The counter here to when the dimensional drift gets put into play is for them to immediately start holding entry angles from A-Link and other sides. And Forsaken does a great job reacting to that, anticipating that he's going to be getting pinged out, so he can be in a position to punish that if he reads it correctly, and he does. Baiting here for Francis.
Trying to. And he's just going to get a straight shot through the wall. Something dead. RB. Filling space forward into the smoke. Eventually will be fished out of it, but my goodness. What an opening kill from Francis. And everything that PRX had in mind for this round immediately has been squashed.
Brilliant setup from Nongshim. Diverting those prowlers so Francis doesn't have to deal with it. Then he just goes for the big shot and hits.
Now the reposition in the mid, the spot on the 1. The gate crash out to safety. Spike collected. Right, that's been spotted, has been worked lower. Jing, nice solid shutdown on the Damby on the slide. But Charles is right there playing alongside the Neon. Now it is just Devi. They know exactly where he is, at least they should. Scale forward. There is that wall set up from behind. Ivy maybe looking to pop it to draw the attention as Devi gets closer and closer, try to play an X-Ross, but I don't even know if he needs the assist. Swoop the corner. He will be able to find Francis still fighting as much as he possibly can, but Devi just cannot do enough in this round to try to get it back into PRX's favor. Nongshim once again in the lead.
Gotta find some opportunities to use some of these ults as PRX, but you're just a lot of times getting beat to the punch, or in the round you did win, you just kind of got in there so fast. Yeah, just the peek there from Envy made it too easy for Francis. But now you got to start thinking back to those 2 timeouts in the first half that Nongshim popped in. Coaches really understand their team and how they play this map and where they're more effective. They knew this defender side would be better. Here we go. Convergent pass in, Nightfall in. Goodbye.
Finding one convergent pass, finding the other, push forward into the smoke, and something's able to find Ivy. Domby still alive here on the side, sliding forward, trying to hold this door as much as he possibly can, but he just cannot. Gets flushed out in PRX. They commit the ults, they go quickly. They catch Nongshim by surprise. Nothing more for Francis to do. To try to escape. Something on the approach will have him outdone. The flick not connecting as we get tied up once again.
We didn't scoop up the op. I was kind of curious if maybe he would think about it, but passes it up. Just a wombo combo here. There's nothing you can do if you're on this site. Literally the convergent pass and the Nightfall cover the whole thing. So Nongshim there, if you're anywhere near the plant spots itself, you're just done, you're cooked. It's okay, finally use those ults, finally get some value out of it, but it's so late. You're not gonna be able to cycle into those again. Now you're gonna have to rely on getting to a pit, using that steel garden, maybe open up some space for you. Good news is you knocked the op out of Francis's hands. He's been really sturdy with it.
And the money just hasn't been good. Haven't been able to build that up. On the entry, ooh, lands right there alongside Francis, but he's unable to find that kill. Just a smattering of damage, something down to 70. And immediately, PRX just backing away a bit, cutting the noise. Looks like they still want to try to rescale though.
I like this though. This pause is making Nongshim think they rotated.
Gambi a world away, obviously can join back in very quickly as the Neon. He does have that overdrive. But Francis, he had never moved, so Forsaken, it's an obvious place for him to check. Immediately finds the kill. Steel Garden will just keep them zoned back, stop them from flooding forward for a little bit longer. Well, Paranoia does connect on the 4. Forsaken says, I don't need vision to send out this pet. And something, gonna find one, RB with 2. Player advantage, however, now gonna be equalized as Ivy. Leads him a kill, on to Envy, lobs in that bite. Looking for some damage, gets a bit there. Spam continues, X-Ross forward!
What?
Flushes them both out! The ultimate's denied! Nongshim! They take themselves up to map point.
Oh, this is just incredible from Nongshim. A great read early here by PRX. They get into the site, they shut Domby down. It's a 5v3, but RB on the outside of the pit finds 2 huge kills, and it's X-Ross again. Says, yeah, I wasn't here this time to defend it, but it's still my site.
They were just so unprepared for RB to do that. To slink his way into the lines. Now PRX needing this round win to take us into that OT, but look at the ult on the other side. The pit immediately invested by Ivy. X-Ross there as well, backing him up. Nightfall in hand. PRX early, unable to find the catch. Paranoia dissuades Forsaken from swinging further. RB just playing contained in mid. This might just have them all funnel into Domby. Tucked away at yard, a judge in hand.
I mean, oh, the Nightfall invested.
Moves out, connects at least on the divide. Poison Orb gonna be chucked forward. As RB just clears the thorns, repositions. Left side of top mid. Domby staying statuesque, not wanting to make a peep. Has the cover of that smoke though. And now we'll slide back across, swing the corner, finds one, Forsaken dead, looks for a hell of a lot more, and something down low, finished! Weapon scooped up, Domby out like a thief in the night. Says thank you very much for the Vandal. Now PRX stranded, corralled in mid. Jing swooping forward to his death. Francis is there. Swapping positions as it is Justify left. Finds a second, it would have to be an ace clutch. Turns back, RB. The next one to take the fight, to buy, able to win it out. Here's the approach, but the time is getting away from him. 11 seconds remaining. And Ivy now arriving at backside, the Lavin on the snake bite, Devi nearly dead. And the round is over, the map is gone. Noxian struggle at the start, but they show us why they picked Garode.
Really, really impressive stuff from both teams. Showing good understanding, good preparation. But Noxian's defender's side was
8-4 था भाई 8-4 comeback कर लिया.
There from the PRX camp, feeling like they should have been able to win this one, but this is far from over. Split is coming up next.
ठीक है चलो into the next one.
Used to this style, guys.
Yeah, boy. I think today is either gonna win fast or lose fast, dude. It's same aggressive, dude.
Sometimes we don't even know what we're doing, you know.
इससे समझ नहीं आ रहा तेरे को. सिंपल है. एक टीम अटैकर, एक टीम डिफेंडर. तुम्हारा भी तो था प्रिपेयर में ऐसा मोड था ना 5 जन को डिफेंड करना होता था तो ऐसा ही है. दो साइड है कि इस साइड में कितना बंदा है ये तो नहीं मिलता है तो स्पेक्टेटर भी मिलता है इसलिए समझ नहीं आता. प्लेयर भी नहीं मिलता है ना इसलिए. काम कर लेते हैं.
He's hunting down that title.
The time to write the next chapter in the esports history books is finally here.
And they fold it in his hands yet again. Steps up to the plate, and he could knock this one out of the park. Generation waves alongside the greats.
Hi guys, I'm here with Bastarda Chilean in the house. She's the player for my PRGC right now. Y Bastarda, quiero saber, ¿cómo te sientes mirando todo este espectáculo desde tu casa?
Ay, increíble, yo creo que es una oportunidad que nunca voy a tener en la vida, como estar en mi país con mi papá, mi pololo, entonces como mi amiga, todos están aquí, entonces como ves, todo el apoyo es muy increíble para mí, estoy emocionada inclusive.
She's saying that she's really emotional actually because of all the crowd, because she's here with her parents, with me too, and also the crowd has been amazing, and it's really emotional to live all of this in her home country. Pero ahora quiero saber también cuáles son tus predicciones para el día de hoy.
Yo creo que va a ser 3-1 PRX.
Okay, she's thinking that it's gonna be 3-1 PRX for this Master Santiago. Winners, Bastarda, muchas gracias. This is all we have for the interview, but back to you guys.
Ponla pa' subirle esa chapa, me gustan pila y tú sabes que yo soy puto que estoy la es mentira. Full de los bolsillos pa' darte lo que tú pidas, ya están dándole a la tu si va con un vuelo de ida. Ponla pa' subirle esa chapa, me gustan pila y tú sabes que yo soy puto y que estoy la es mentira. Full de los bolsillos pa' darte lo que tú pidas, ya están dándole a la tu si va con un vuelo de ida. Ponla pa' subirla, ponla pa' subirla, ponla pa' subirla, ponla pa' subirla.
Here with Silkanen of Nongshim now. Coach, congratulations on a great start on Corrode, but it seems like PRX have indeed cracked the code on shutting down your Neon very efficiently until you guys took over in the second half in map 1, of course. But what do you think you need to watch out for in today's series all across the maps that you will be playing, considering the way PRX was trying to counter you?
상대가 뭔가 저희 네온을 위해서 준비했다기보다는 저희 러쉬 타이밍을 어느 정도 잘 예측을 하는 것 같아서 저희가 1세트 때 어느 정도 조금 당했다 보니까 다음 세트 넘어갈 때 좀 어느 정도 꼬우거나 하면서 할 것 같습니다.
Well, I don't think it was all about shutting down our Neons, just PRX were able to predict our rush timing really well. So I think given what happened in map 1, heading into map 2, I think we are going to change things up a bit. Thank you very much, Lokanan, and good luck.
Enjoyed the grand finals, folks, but want to know how to get even more Valorant info, perhaps? Well, you can download the Riot mobile app for the very latest in news, esports, dev diaries, video drops, and more. All the Riot Games info you could ever ask for is at your fingertips and on the other side of this fancy QR code on your screen right now. And of course, welcome back to our desk here on the other side of the first map in this epic final. I'm sure it is going to be. Let's have a look at our HyperX reflex moment quickly from Xros in round number 18. Someone who stood up on defense especially and held it down.
Yeah, we have to talk about Xros, as you're saying, for this defense. He was the name of the game. In so many of these dry peaks that we saw from the side of PRX, he was on the other side. The youngest player that we had at the tournament, full stop, and also the oldest standing member from the initial roster of this Nongshim squad. So very crazy to see that he's willing to put up the numbers, because it was not easy. This map started out very muddy for both teams.
This was a match where I think both teams had a very good read on their defensive side of how the other squad likes to dive. I loved how PRX was playing close on these smokes, punishing Domby's pathing, and they locked him out for most of the first half. But when we switched over, it was a great approach from Nongshim as well. I think in particular, they had done excellent prep as to where something likes to path when he's playing this solo waylay. And they almost always had someone in good position to police and force him to refract. And because PRX is playing this solo duelist, so often they would not have a second player to follow him up. So once that refract and dash is burned, it really limits their options of where they can exec on attack.
I feel like something was always hitting that A-yard position and being forced to pull the plug pretty quickly in those rounds. Curious though to hear what a very frustrated, at least during those coach moments, Alex has to say ahead of map 2 here for PRX.
Down here with Alex of PRX. Now, Alex, we saw you guys get so much value out of the Vice and the Judge, of course. You guys were able to shut down the Neon from Nongshim very efficiently in the first half. So what made it difficult for you to continue that momentum in the second half?
I mean, we basically just did exactly what lost us the game against AG, and they totally forgot about it, you know, so that's a bit upsetting, because I think they can play a lot better. There wasn't anything really specific. I think we just lost the plot a little bit there.
It was a wake-up call, reminder. Okay, well, best of luck in the next map.
Pretty strong words there from Alex, saying that we've just sort of forgotten the lessons that we've learned on the way here.
I think that this has been the key for many of their matches, right? Losing that first map and actually having to bounce back. I do disagree in some of the things. Obviously, we see the full picture. He has only seen like half of it, but it also has to do with the things that he has been hearing on the server, I assume.
Yeah, certainly so. I think where he's probably targeting a lot of that criticism is around the way they called that attack side. I think that was a PRX that was slow to adapt. I would have liked to see them realize how much they were struggling on the hard execs and go into more mid control. Just didn't quite figure that out fast enough. And when they did, Xros was shutting them down. Good news for PRX though. We had to split a map. They've been absolutely excellent on this tournament, where I think they're going to be a clear favorite here.
Yeah, and considering that Nongshim had 2 bans for today, I think that there was a question between, is it going to be split or is it going to be Breeze? Breeze, we hadn't seen from Nongshim in the tournament yet. We had a lot of tape on the side of PRX, but they decide to leave this split open. As you're saying, if we're speaking about comfort, even if it goes the distance, you have to favor PRX.
I do feel like this is the kind of map, though, where someone like Jing is going to be better directly against Darby. We're going to get that Neon versus Raze head-to-head here.
Yes, this map really highlights some of the differences in the double duelist comps these teams like to play. For PRX, they have the dive agent of Jing, and also Forsaken, who plays a lot like the dive with the TP. Watch on their attack side the approaches that they have to taking space. Not just the site execs, but when they're going for heaven, sending a TP on one side, the Raze satching onto the other. They have so many different variants. They make it very hard for defenders to find the answers. No defensive team thus far at this tournament has, but Nongshim, they had time to prep. They knew this map was coming. Let's see what they got.
Let's get right back into it, folks. Over to you, Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Thank you very much. Already a banging first map, 13-11 the scoreline on that Corrode. And I don't really want to settle for anything less than overtime here on Split.
It was so close on Corrode. I thought we were going to get it. Maybe Devi had something unbelievable in store for us, but just didn't have the time to play with. And I mean, for Nongshim, just able to make those adjustments enough as that first half came through that they could get that fourth round. And now they're going to have a very difficult task here going up against a PRX that has been superb on Split. Really deep one way and a kill for Francis.
Hell of a peak. Something dead on the floor to start off this round. Francis wants a little bit more, but Forsaken will be able to shut him down. Toss, however, with the trade up and out to Devi with the trade back, and then Dami gets involved as well. Suddenly a 3v2. Forsaken down to 35 and now dead. Nongshim find themselves another pistol win.
Yeah, it's just a brawl here, but you have that extra player in the mix for Nongshim, and Xros is still hitting. And that's a huge win condition here for Nongshim. If you get some of those backline players to be fearsome, accurate, in control. It doesn't need to be the Dombi show all the time with this squad. A lot of people probably just seeing this Neon, seeing the mix-ups and problems that it causes for other teams, but really you look at Ivy, Francis, Xros, and their ability to be difference makers behind that. A little bit of a jump peek here for Forsaken, trying to make some noise.
Yeah, just any early damage you could possibly get would be nice, but none to be found there. Devi getting with that Sheriff, this time going to be shut down. Cannot get the better of Xros. Eliminates him with the Guardian. With the spawn for one, something, taking that gate crash, now jumps all the way back over towards spawn, and this is going to be PRX rerouting a bit, bringing that spike through the sewer.
Trying to sow a little bit of a fake on the other side with the Prowler, but there's nothing to back it up, and Francis has scaled so far forward. Probably going to be able to rotate pretty quick. Not sure if got the spot on the Jing there or not. At least able to get the Sheriff over to Forsaken.
For not quite a Caterpillar smoke here. One to try to work their way across that gap. RB going to be struck down, but Ivy finds something. Xros finds Envy. That should just be maybe a bit of a one-by-one they fall, but no, Forsaken re-swing. Able to find one. Dami decides to pull the trigger, and given how low he was, he's able to find the kill. So 3 players alive. Collect up the key weaponry, carry that forward as Nongshim start things off 2-0.
Yeah, they're just reading the map pretty darn well right now. And again, with having that Neon there to make those quick pivots through mid, it's going to be tough for PRX to maybe get those executes to go the way they want. I think that's why you're seeing some of that early attention in the pistol round paid towards mid. If you can lock that part of the map off, it'll make it a lot more difficult for Nongshim to get their rotations the way they'd like to play them out. This time Dombi all on his own. He's just gonna tuck in. Judge is there.
A wide swing could be his undoing, but still it's gotta be able to find something in the back. But Ivy finding 2 in the front. Envy and Jing both eliminated. The snake bite layered forward. Trying to scale, stop them from collecting this spike and stop them. He has Ivy. 3K, potentially a 4th as it's just Devi. What a twist, what a turn of events so far here. That C's did connect. Just staying tucked away, but then Ivy finds him immediately off the hunt reveal. A 4K just locking down A main. Nongshim find the bonus conversion.
Now you're starting to have some big concerns as PRX. Ivy there gets the kill, just swings back out and takes out Jing. And then he just goes in with a judge of his own, and then you just smother Divide with utility. The 4K here for Ivy.
Sound like the Pillsbury Doughboy in the celebration.
He did a bit.
The frustration continues for Alex. For PRX. 0-3 start on split. We were talking about it at the desk, talking about it. They have looked immaculate on this map, but right now, seems like Nongshim have absolutely done their homework on this one. Go into the Coinbase win condition. See what they're gonna have to draw from. Try to get some of that thrifty magic, something that PRX really able to find so far in Corrode.
Just the once, and other than that, there wasn't a lot of that heroics that you're used to seeing with PRX. Some of those miracle rounds, you know, some of that whimsy that they're able to create, but so far here, you know, just a simple little thing. You gum up the works on the A main choke, and you just knock PRX out before the round even really begins. So I think here as Alex, you're talking about, hey, you guys have to be more proactive with some of the util, with some of the jump peaks to clear Dombi's angles. I thought they were doing a pretty good job of it on Corrode. I saw a couple times where they were able to jump peek and get the identification that Dombi was in a position to try to play those close angles. And this time,
Outlaws in mid. Wall about to fall, the swing out, the shot's gonna end up whipping from Francis. Opens up a bit of space, but look at Nongshim already corralling back in from both sides. Wanting to contain this position, and X-Ross there at B Heaven is able to find something on the approach. Dombi now pushing forward, looking for the transfer onto the second. Takes Forsaken low, and X-Ross has the alley-oop. And whatever the call was, it was read by Nongshim. Perfectly poised and prepared. They'll lose out on 2, but they will get another round win. 4-0 to start as PRX back into another bye they so desperately need.
Putting themselves into position to do something no one else has done is Nongshim, and that's make PRX's attack side weaker than the other team's defender side to get more rounds than PRX is able to accrue. Oh, the timings here. You nailed it, dude. Like, they're just reading this the whole way. They know this is a mid-push. And that's the way Nongshim wants to play. They want to hit you when you think you're strong, when you have maybe an advantage to take some space. Just smother you with that util. Now it's the operator on both sides, in fact. Something has one. You can see the one in Francis's hands. Jing.
Ivy with that pre-fire is able to find Jing, but okay, off screen. Danby gonna be struck down. Jing does eventually fall. Duelist down on either side. Yoru's still yet in the mix, as there's the spot out in Inby. Quick to collect the kill. Great boss of the A site now fallen.
That's huge. This opens up a lot of different options, whether you want to go B split or A. You're gonna have a lot of map control.
It seems like PRX relying on that kill to maybe draw some additional attention towards A, but Francis has made the call. No, I can hold this. I have the operator. Decent enough angle, just checks around. Make sure no one's on that exit. Forsaken just watches something struggle with the Prowler.
Forsaken did throw a smoke over to A to try to maybe pull the extra player, but Nongshim's just holding. They haven't moved a muscle for about a minute.
Paranoia connecting, X-Ross. Lobbing in that haunt, but it gets cleared, but RB catches a glimpse, and that's more than enough for him to dispatch Forsaken. Approach from Inby here from behind, but his teammates down on the side, losing their lives. Suddenly he's the last one standing. Finds the first, drops down. Sees in position, the time getting away from him, and Francis just Goomba stomps him with a shorty. 5-0 for Nongshim so far on this defense. You see the frustration on the players' faces. You have to imagine it's even worse back in the coaching booth.
Ooh.
As Alex has to assess when and should I call that second time out.
I mean, they're maneuvering on the map really nicely here. Our PRX are just getting outdone. They hit a good paranoia to keep X-Ross pinned, but the reinforcements were there for Nongshim in terms of just one other player. They can't deal with it. Get the spot, you get some space here.
Ton reveals on both sides. Prowler chasing all the way around the back as there's the Bucky, but there's the Judge. Tommy finds Jing Divide dead. Recollection on this one, Dammy missing the rope. Will get punished. Forsaken able to pursue in for that elimination, but RB cuts down his reinforcements. Prowler finds him, as does Francis. It's playing off his teammates Util. 6-0 Nongshim. They are starting to run away with this, and PRX, they need something desperately to occur.
They're just getting beat at every single point. There's nothing that they can do right, and everything that Nongshim is doing right.
Spoiler alert, it's the second timeout call.
Yeah.
PRX have to commit this one in. But PRX, the team, are not the only thing that is 0 and 6 at the moment. Both duelists for PRX are 0 and 6. They have not been able to find a single kill between them.
It's unbelievable. It's hard to fathom.
लग गए भाई PRX के लग गए अभी 2 टाइम आउट कॉल हो चुका है.
You know, these players, they've been there, they've done that so many times. They've been in these positions. They're going to be able to find that mental fortitude to situate themselves back into this map, and they're trying different stuff. They're spreading the map, they're gaining control at times, but in this round, they're just devastated. Yes, weaker weaponry, but you know, Domby's starting to get a good feel for the game. He's starting to get into the groove there. Reading that blast pack positioning from Jing perfectly to shut him down with the Judge. Don't give that Bucky any hope. You're gonna have a Nightfall. You're gonna be 1 away from Device Ult. You're gonna be 1 away from a showstopper here. So this is a very important round for PRX. Try to get an orb, try to get some control, but Nongshim wants to try to deny it. They're lined up right with them at A main.
Crowd still energized, but PRX, they're the ones that need the show. But they still have the energy, they still have the focus, the grit, the tenacity to fight their way back into this. But as they try to make something happen outside of A main, it will just be that pit dropped, and now spot out on Francis's position, makes his exit with that gate crash, and does send him quite far away.
Whoa, this is so risky.
Something on the walk-in, now gonna be spotted. Tagged up a bit, slots forward behind the boxes. Zenvi pushing forward, is able to find X-Ross. Francis, however, strikes him down. Spike now on the floor, but something down below. Is able to find the first, but he cannot get the transition. Francis still alive, still kicking. Still fighting to the nail, but now 3v3, Nongshim needing the retake.
This showstopper has to be good for PRX. There's an overdrive for Damby.
No more gate crashes, no easy exit for a sniper, and Forsaken. He's just missing a timing on that. He's gonna try to scale forward, try to find that punish. Had he continued pre-firing the angle, might have been rewarded with a kill, but now instead he's gonna be eliminated. Jing will be able to find Damby, but now Ivy strikes in from Garage. The time starting to tick. Jing, can he play this out? Finds the first, Ivy dead. Another paint shell lobbed in, that should be the round secured. As Jing comes alive. Finds a Red Bull clutching his PRX on the board at long last.
Just barely. And again, you know, I don't know if Forsaken's looking at his map there or what. He had Francis dead to right, shouldn't have even allowed this retake to really start. At least you're able to keep Damby out of the equation with that Judge. Jing getting on the board when they need it most, but man, I was so nervous. So nervous there when something was walking into that site. No smokes at heaven. He somehow gets away unscathed, at least for a bit.
Oh, well. Yeah, you're gonna be playing those ranges. Paranoia is not gonna be enough to dissuade Damby. Jing, the hero of the previous, now gone off the rip, but this time Forsaken. Able to secure the kill when he has somebody dead to right. Right of the rope from Damby, keeping it quiet. Sliding forward, looking for the backstab with that Judge. Meanwhile, a little leg shot there, and Damby, he has just stormed the front. Forsaken and something both gone. The spike still a world away. Meanwhile, Francis cleans up the kill on the Envy, finishes what he started. And Nongshim Red Force They are not allowing for that momentum build, for that confidence to resurface from PRX. They are smothering them out of this map.
It's just incredible. Donby again, just right where he needs to be to shut Jing's entries down. He's got such a good read on where the Raze wants to be. And when he's got a judge there, not much you can do about it when you're mid-air, point-blank range. Devi has a pit. Donby the only one here. Swapped over to the Vandal. Is this going to be anything for Devi? No.
Not at all. A 4K for Donby, 7-1. With no lifelines remaining, PRX left to their own devices, needing to figure this out on their own.
7-1 defenseman.
They just had no idea.
Timing.
He's so patient. He's so good at finding his moments. Yeah. It's tough. Not re-clearing that space. Kind of tried to, but Donby was patient enough to wait on the rope for them to abandon it. Just going to try to brute force their way through, but
they have to have heard the drop. They have to have suspected there's going to be that judge around the corner. So now having it confirmed, but something, his eyes are trained towards this Neon, so Ivy just backsteps for free. He's tethered in position, and no one can do a damn thing about it. Oh, Francis finds two. Donby sliding forward. Forsaken only good for the first. If you want to play with shotguns, Nongshim are going to win every day of the week.
Again, there just haven't been consistent answers for anyone this year against Nongshim. The shotguns might work a little bit. We saw it on Corrode, but they're kind of just better. Donby is the maestro of the pump weapons. And here we go again. Sees connects, but PRX just too scared.
Yeah, there's nothing to dissuade. Prowler now will get cleared. You hear that outlaw, he's looking for the angle, and Francis will get punished. A massive overstep, perhaps some complacency and misplaced confidence. He ends up getting punished, and now has opened the door for PRX to potentially find their second round win. They need every single one that they can possibly get. Devi on that late linger. Hearing the bound across from Donby. Relays that to the team, lets them know that he is coming. The next cross now gone. Donby on the corner. The judge still ringing out, still taking lives, but Devi now arriving in heaven. Comes to the rescue. And it is just RP now remaining. Finds the first, looks for the transfer for the second. And he cannot. PRX. Finally getting a second round. But they need so much more.
No, it takes an overstep from Francis for them to even have a chance to really get through there. And he goes for the big play, pays the price. For a moment, looked like maybe it was gonna go awry, but that nightfall was really well placed, really well timed. It hit Donby, made it so he kind of had to slow down a little bit, couldn't keep running around. So you're gonna have that overdrive, but also Francis's ult here. You can see now PRX having to poke and prod a bit more, try to suss out these positions. That high-low is brutal.
Just trap after trap set up by Nongshim. PRX just following the trail of breadcrumbs to their demise.
Anyone gonna be watching their back? Okay.
Here comes the flood. The haunt out. The overwhelm is found. Forsaken trying to TP around. And Francis again, kind of misplaying it as Forsaken. Suddenly, they're in with a shout. A site completely opened up. He TPs over to screens. Sticks that one. The rest of the team still a ways away. Still plenty of time to work with. Should RB turn back, ride that rope and peek in. Might have been able to find a catch, interrupt them, but now PRX have a very real opportunity. Forsaken both down low, 57 health between the two of them. A pit, however, available. They might just have to commit that in to this post plant. The drop down, Ivy looking for that punish. But the spike makes its way over onto the site.
Spike planted.
For now, it seems like they favor their numbers. They like their chances. So the pit going to be saved for the last round, but now Forsaken gone. Lowest HP member eliminated, but Divine holds his own. Ivy dead at the elbow. And now it is just RB. Trying to assess where Jing could possibly be. Now spots him, but Jing faster on the draw. Gets the headshot and PRX. They get up to 3.
Well, there's one of those miracles that you needed as PRX. And it's Forsaken's 3K here. Tries the TP behind the box. Should just be dead to rights, but the shorty's there just a little bit off the mark. Leave him with 9 HP left. Devi holding the line, and Jing good for another.
No one can kill me or what?
Not that round. Jing's gonna have a showstopper here for the final one of the half. Big one to consider in a big brawl.
Overdrive. Dimensional drift as well. Trying to counteract the pivot. They're just gonna go crunching into A main. Showstopper gonna be drawn out. RB, however, striking first. Something dead. The push forward. Jing looking for a target. Lobs it beneath his feet. And Tabby zaps him out of the sky. Finds the follow-up. Envy's gone. Pit be damned. Nongshim do not give them the chance.
They are so well prepared, so well coached, our Nongshim. Every twist and turn, it felt like they had the read. Felt like they had a shout.
9-3, this time Nongshim well out in front. PRX needing the run back. See if they can find the pistol after halftime.
Round start होते खत्म
Here's
हो
the
गया.
bill from the dealership where I got my car, and I'd like you to beat it with a better deal on one of these fine cars.
Not how it works.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal today.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Yo quiero ver dónde están los fans de PRX.
Yes. Kenapa PRX banner?
Wow, ¿qué fue eso? ¿Y dónde están los fans de Nongshim? Cantamos PRX, PRX, PRX. Muy bien. ¿Y ahora qué tal un Nongshim? Nongshim.
Round ganyan.
Rápido, ¿quién va a ganar? PRX. Nongshim. Los que ganamos fuimos nosotros, todos nosotros. Santiago, grita con el alma.
No local teams in the final, no damn problem for this crowd. Continue to be entertained by the Valorant on stage, but right now, they gotta be hoping for something more out of PRX. This has been a widely flat map of split from them. Only 2 rounds picked up consecutively, 3 overall in that half. Now, needing to believe in the curse, believe that they can bring this back from the brink. Otherwise, Nongshim are very quickly gonna find themselves up to match point.
Starting to hope and pray that those gods of chaos start to favor you once again as PRX. Big 4-1 split. Not even contesting mid at all. Didn't favor their chances with what happened in the previous pistol. They need this one so bad. Nongshim doing something to them. No one's been able to really do on this map. There have to be big concerns, but let's see if they can rally back.
Might be able to find a timing here. Spike being transferred over, but something unable to collect it. Just not been able to find that form, that accuracy that he was putting on display just a mere few days ago. Devi, however, will find a clean one. That's RB dead. Spike recovered, something still fishing for it, looking for it, but managed to slide away. Now escorting that Spike over to the A site, which has been opened up. It's Forsaken fell.
30 seconds left.
Momentless here.
Both
Both sides. The post plant, the retake. And now Envy gone as well. A challenge and to win it. Another belter of a shot from the Sultan. But needs so much more. Something caught. Dropping down to his death. 6 feet under. Jing now dancing around elbow. Is just overwhelmed, outnumbered, and outdone. Another pistol in Nongshim. Now up to double digits.
It's rough right now for PRX. I mean, something here had opportunities in that round to do some damage and really didn't do anything, and just dropping into the site by himself. And look at the way that they're constantly maneuvering. Domby there at the very end as well with that little bait and switch. Make sure that even if Jing hits a good shot onto him with the Sheriff, he has that player from heaven to clean it up. All the little things that Nongshim do is giving problems, and there is no buy up here. No force from PRX.
There's one Sheriff and then a bunch of half armors, but there's an outlaw in the hands of Francis. So he could still absolutely cook them with this. They're gonna try to do this high-low. There's one gone, but he will still fall. Envy at ramp, able to finish the job. Love the scale forward, grab that weapon. Looks like that's exactly what Forsaken is going for.
Ivy already scooped it up.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, quickly collecting it, keeping it out of the grasp. Ivy at risk of maybe being intercepted, but seems to have a read on it, slowing down as he approaches towards Ramen. Devi has been all reliable with this Sheriff, but until they can clear him, they're just stuck in position. That leaves just something in Envy to their own devices back on the site.
This has to be dry here. They use a smoke.
Smoke to come through. The 1-2 push. Looking for the shot. Forsaken drawing the attention. Gets that outlaw after all. But that was still critical time bought for Nongshim. PRX need to make a go of this right here, right now. Shot connecting on the down. He takes him down to 10. But Xross again finds 2. And RB cleans up the remainders. 11-3. A decent cheeky go of it there from PRX. But it's not enough to find the Thrifty.
Oh. Even getting one there, not bad at all for Francis. And again, taking that gun away, even though it ends up in the hands of Forsaken, still got huge advantages. As Nongshim able to just double up and make sure that that flank doesn't find any purchase. And the big purchase coming through. Judge for Envy, Judge for Forsaken for PRX. So a couple of those half armor buys that they invested in the previous round, they're gonna prove fruitful anyway.
Swing the corner and Ivy finding Envy. The Judge just not hitting at all. Walls falling, the spot out onto something. It will just be the 2 players going their separate ways. Ivy tucks back, watching for that potential flank that will not come through. The clone to the corner, the Poison Orb delaying this approach down ramp. They're being held at bay as Ivy is right here on the corner. The push forward, into the second, into the fourth! Ivy! Absolutely decimating! Now looking for an ace.
You know where he's at.
Stuck here around the corner, they're gonna try to play him in. The shot's ringing out. Looking for the swing, and Ivy will have it! His first global stage, his first grand final! And he has got an ace to take Nongshim up to map point!
This is disgusting work from Ivy. Tucks into the corner, and by the time PRX realizes it, it is far, far too late. Good guy teammates there, teeing him up, and he's standing up. What a feeling this must be right now. The Ascension Dreamers on the cusp of going up 2-0.
And it's a statement that I didn't really ever think that I'd make, but he's got 18 extra kills of something. who's just not been able to find his form, not been able to find his groove, and that is going to continue. Just cannot catch a break. Can't buy a kill at this point. Ivy will fall. Decent fight back here from PRX. Do not want this map to come to an end, who do not want for Nongshim to get that 2-0 lead, to put them in the position where they have to reverse sweep. And so far in this round, so good.
Yeah, just...
Not quite.
Almost. Safer if you do it over here.
Yep, the shorter wall.
Yep.
There you go. If you were Mata, you probably could have made it over the top.
That's true, yeah.
Zarbi still wanted to try to make this painful, but he won't be able to. Devi able to hold his own. Francis, his position absolutely known and heard. Can he take anybody down with him? He is completely surrounded. About to have an old boy style fight here in the hallway, but it doesn't last very long.
Yeah,
PRX fight back for a fourth, but they need 8 in a row to get this into overtime.
Just crazy stuff here from Devi in this round. No armor. The glass cannon, he's able to connect. Almost no cigar for Francis on the initial attempt, but he eventually gets it out of there, and stabilization of sorts here. This Outlaw is only going to hit one player for one tap, but something has been willing to take it, find those double taps. Right now it's a mid push-up. Jing and Devi trying to play off of each other. Goes Dambi.
Paranoia across. Dambi needing to turn back, but it will be Francis at that second layer to come to the rescue. Now Jing gone. X-Ross finds Forsaken. And in the blink of an eye, there's just 2 members of PRX left standing. Envy and something to try to work a miracle. As the pit blooms and it cycles them into one singular position. Just an alley approach available. Francis still willing to fight forward. The swing in, he finds the first. Envy will fall. 13-4, outstanding from Nongshim as they kick off this final 2-0. One more map, and they will be crowned the champions of Master Santiago.
It just keeps going. Can they do it? Map 3 is Abyss. We've never seen PRX on it.
They
have to show it now.
They
have to find the win.
जीत भी सकते हैं. छोड़ो. अभी 1:30 बज गए भाई. ठीक है, अभी चलता हूँ और बाकी मैं देख लूँगा कल, क्योंकि कल ऑफिस है. सोना पड़ेगा जल्दी.
It's a world shaped by
Thank you everyone
the
for coming.
fans. And our mission is
Bye
to
bye.
elevate that world by building technology that creates moments that last forever. That's why we're joining forces with